everyone, and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Friday Night Pint. Yes, we're late, and I'll give you 3 guesses why we're late, because we was waiting for Mr. Nicky Hawkins, as always. But he's joining, he's trying to log on. We give him a couple of minutes, but he still didn't make it, so we thought we can't leave you lovely lot waiting. So Dan went, Ryan, do it now. And I went, okay, Dan, and we jumped straight in. I hit that live button. Anyway, Scott, Dan, how you doing?
Good, mate. Very good. Very busy, very tired, but very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
What can I say?
Having withdrawal symptoms from the international football now. Like I'm someone I've no interest in international football until the tournaments come. And when like the Euros and World Cup come, I'm hyped and trying to watch every game. So now I'm missing it.
I love it. I'll be honest, I haven't watched every single game that's been on, but obviously the England games I've watched, and I've had some games on in the background, but England's the only game that interests me, really. Even though I did watch the Portugal-Germany game the other night, which was a really good game, because obviously...
the France and, the Germany-Hungary, France and Portugal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was it. Yeah, France, Portugal and Germany-Hungary. Like, I was... Because obviously it went from one point we was playing Hungary to Portugal to Germany within a few minutes, so...
That's mental. That was a mental game. I watched the Germany-Hungary one, and I'm sitting there, the boys next to me, watching the game in bed, and we're like, right, got to go to bed, got to get him to sleep. Like, it's gone 9 o'clock, and I'm thinking, right, Germany have equalised. That's it now. They're going to go on and win it. And then straight from kickoff, Hungary bomb it down the other end and score. I'm like,
I mean, to be fair, mate, Hungary done really well in that group.
They played really well. They probably didn't warrant finishing where they finished and their performances, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I feel for them.
But
to not go through is criminal for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hope everyone in the chat's all right. Thank you so much for joining us. Scott, what are you drinking tonight, mate? What's your beer of choice?
I went to the fridge and the fridge was bare, so I literally had 2 cans of Foster's, so that's what I've got for this evening. Dan, what are you drinking, mate?
Well, I'm just on water. I'm trying to make up for the calories I'd done last Saturday. Obviously, we went out for my birthday and we drank a lot. As people might see on the social media, Jason getting stone cold stunned in the street outside the cherry tree. There's a lot of drink consumed. So I'm trying to make up my calories. As you know, I'm on a weight loss challenge. So trying to...
Yeah, I've probably drunk more than what I should have. But when England games are on and you're in the pub and the atmosphere, and I can't help it, mate. I just love it. But
what's the score with the pubs? Because I've been really wanting to go to a pub and watch it, but I'm hearing about you got a book and it's hard to book anywhere.
Yeah, some pubs, the pub around the corner from me is like, it was fully booked out. So I dropped them a little message. I said, look, you couldn't squeeze in 2, could you? And they sorted me out a table. And ever since then, I've been to the games there, and I'm there again on Tuesday. Looking forward to it, mate. Yeah, listen, I love it at the moment. Table service, big screen, loving it, loving watching it. I love tournaments, especially when England are doing well.
Yeah. No, I've got to try and find somewhere fairly local to watch the game. So hopefully I can get somewhere and, like you said, soak up the atmosphere, because it's either going to be a big win where we go through, or it's going to be our last game in the competition. So
that's what I'm saying. This is it now. This is where the competition starts. Like, I know it was disappointing last week against Scotland, but look, that was Scotland's cup final. England. Look, if we go 1-0 up when Stones header, we'd probably go on and win that 2 or 3-0. It's just one of them nights. But the way I look at it, we ended the group unbeaten, no goals conceded, and 7 points. So, and then we go on and we play Germany now, which we're going to talk about, because I can't wait for this game, mate. I'm so excited. I'm more excited now than I was for the World Cup semi-final against Croatia. This is massive. This is a massive game.
It's a big game. But I was listening to the radio when they were chatting to a German football correspondent. He turned around and said, this game seems to be more important to the English than it does the Germans. The Germans just like, it's just another game of football. And then this reason it makes it relative to West Ham is that the guy on the radio then went, yeah, it's a bit like when West Ham fans play Tottenham. It's a lot more relevant to West Ham fans than it is to Tottenham fans. Tottenham fans is just another game. And I was sitting there thinking, you've got to be a Spurs fan trying to defend your own, that jump all over that fixture as if it's your cup final, banging on it about being our cup final. You know, and it is, look, the Germans are just, look, they're the old enemy when it comes to football. There's a bit of rivalry from our part against them. You know, if they want to take it as another game, then so be it. But we've got a good record in competitions at Wembley against them. So bring it on.
Well, you say the thing is, I mean, since 1966, we've played them 4 times in major tournaments and we haven't beat them. No. So we need to turn them tears from 66 into cheers, mate, because we lost them in, what was it, 2010 in the World Cup when Lampard's goal was ruled out when it crossed the line. He might as well have hit the back of the net. That's how far it was in. Yeah. Obviously, Italia 90. What was the other one? 1970, wasn't it? The World Cup.
Yeah.
And obviously,
you got to remember that 96 and 90, we went out on penalties. So technically, as a game of football, we didn't lose it.
No, we did. You can't say that, mate. You can't. As Graham would say, you can't put penalty competitions in the trophy cabinet.
Bloody yeah, no, it's.
Go on, mate.
They've been successful, innit? They've been more successful, so I guess they'll look at it that way. But the Spurs thing is bollocks because they do fucking care. But I can see why Germans are maybe less bothered, than England fans are. So
I think it's just that because you look at it, it's two semi-finals that they've knocked us out on penalties, both the 96 and Italia 90, and obviously we got battered, like you said, with the goal that was never given. But this ain't the thing is. This
but don't forget, Scott. We went to Munich and put 5 past him.
Exactly. But this ain't a brilliant Germany side. Do you know what I mean? When you look at it, we're sort of glad we avoided France, but as Graham says, you want to win the competition, you've got to play the best at some point.
The thing is, England, I mean, Gareth Southgate, he's got to get it right with his team selection on Tuesday. I mean, we'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. But look, the route to the final, I mean, if we get past Germany, we play either Sweden or Ukraine. And then in the semi-finals, we can meet Wales. Well, imagine that at Wembley. Imagine that, England-Wales at Wembley. How massive that would be. But they've got to get past even Holland or the Czech Republic. So we could meet the Czech Republic again in the semis. So we've got to take each game as it comes. But look, if England beat Germany on Tuesday, there's no reason why. I know the performances haven't been great. Listen, when Portugal won the Euros, they drew every game in their group.
Yeah.
So you don't always have to, as long as you get through the group, you start again.
Yeah,
the tournament starts now.
That's exactly it. It's now it's a proper cup competition. Like you said, Portugal went on to. I don't think Portugal won a game until the semi-final or the final. They drew a hell of a lot all the way through.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. And I think when you look at how they've looked in depth into this Southgate and his coaching staff, they've plotted our teams have gone on to win competitions.
Why can I believe that?
The key thing is that you win one.
Yeah, it's an echo.
It's coming from Nicky's end.
Fuck off.
It turns up late, everyone echoing. You have to pull that out, mate.
Oh. It doesn't usually happen. I think he's got to find his headphones, isn't he? He's got to find his headphones. But you know what the thing is, what I've been saying about this German team, you never write them off, but they're only in it because of Portugal. Do you know what I mean? Like getting the draw. Like they came this close to not being in the competition. And I think as much as I've been very critical of, how sort of boring England have been, I do think that way of playing, that style is sort of perfect way, really. Perfect for especially for Germany, because Germany, I think with how defensively solid England are and how sort of weak Germany have been in front, going forward, attacking wise, I think, England are primed to, I don't know, I won't say predictions yet, but I think we're good to play against Germany now. I think we're in a good position they're going to have a hard time scoring. And England just need to take the chances. I think there'll be. I don't think it will be one for the record books. It's not really going to be one for the neutral to excite, but it will be, I think, like a real gritty game. Do you know what I mean?
The thing is, this England team, like if Southgate gets it right and he shows a little bit of bollocks and puts the players on the pitch that want to play football and get it down, then we can turn up and we can beat the Germans on Tuesday. There's no reason why we can't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's the thing. We've got some talented players, and we haven't kicked into gear with them attacking players yet.
That's what I'm saying. This England team has got a performance in them. I know it hasn't been pretty so far, but
it's got to be now, isn't it? Otherwise,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the tournament starts now.
Yeah, this is it. There's no other games, no second legs, no second opportunities.
Yeah, one mistake and you're out.
Yeah, I'll take a poor performance, 1-0 win all day long now out of this game.
Listen, I said this the other day. Four shit 1-0 wins, you win the tournament.
Exactly.
I got a comment here, and I disagree with this comment. Germany have a far better side than us. I don't think they do. No, I don't think they do at all.
And that's not me being biased. I think if you look at the two squads, I think England have got a better squad.
Yeah, this is the weakest Germany squad in a very, very long time. When you look at it, really.
Yeah, they've got some good players. You've got Muller, you've got Sane. You could say Havertz, even though he's not finished your article. Werner,
Gundogan, is it?
Yeah,
Gundogan.
Yeah, but they're all good players. But we've got good players ourselves.
Yeah, right. That's exactly it. And that's the thing when you look at the likes of when you look at Kroos and things like that, it's going to be a massive game for Declan Rice.
Nicky's having a fucking nightmare, mate. He's had one of them Willy Wonka suites, isn't he? He's turned into fucking Brian.
In front of the grey screen. Oh, yes.
What's that?
I'm just going to leave it a green. Fuck it. I don't care.
It looked like you were sort of trying to...
Look, what's going on?
Like, you're going to have the Oompa Loompas take you down to the squeezing room to squeeze the blueberry juice out of you.
I don't know what's going on.
But that's it, once you start looking in, right, they've got a couple of good youngsters as well. The young lad that come on the other night looked lively. But overall, you can't sit there and say this Germany squad fills you with fear.
They've got Nicky's favourite player, Sausage Sane.
I like Sane.
I just think they're really missing. There's I feel like an Ozil-shaped hole in that team with, what he really contributed and a real clinical centre forward. I think Werner, he misses chance after chance, probably end up scoring a bloody hat-trick. But I think that is where they really struggle, Germany.
Yeah, the only thing is I worry about Germany is when it comes to tournaments, they just got it down. They
grind out the results, don't they?
Yeah. They've just got it down. They've got it down to a fine art. It's that's what I'm saying before the tournament stuff. But if you look at it, I think personally, Holland are a decent side, and they've got games to play as well before we get there. I think the winner of this game goes to the final. I really do. Because
before you join, mate, I said we play this and then you get the winners out of Sweden, Ukraine, and then you've either got Wales. I said to you yesterday, didn't I, mate? Imagine Wales at Wembley in the semi-final. Imagine that atmosphere.
Yeah, and I think being at Wembley,
that
it's just it helps massively. But you look at the other side of the tournament. People were saying about second, and even I was saying about second. I didn't realise how tough that other side was. They've got France over there, they've got Belgium, they've got Spain, they've got Portugal. You know what I mean? All of them are over there. But I think the winner of this game goes to the final. To this game on Tuesday. Holland are a good side, but they are they're beatable. But we've got to turn up.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's the quarterfinals that is the only game that we play away from Wembley. I think that's played in Rome.
Yeah, that's the only one that's what he said. If we win the group, the only game away from Wembley will be the quarterfinal.
Yeah.
But you'd fancy yourself against Sweden or the Ukraine if it's away from home.
Yeah. But you think
I think it's just our luck that fucking Yarmolenko puts us out.
That's the thing. They only qualified because Spain battered Slovakia.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they were going home, but Slovakia lost so heavily, the goal difference dropped.
No, that's not true.
What's true then?
I'm joking.
I thought he was going to come out with some fucking proper facts then.
No.
We got a super chat, 4.99. Matthew, thank you lads for all the good you do. God bless. Stay safe. Come in your hands. Please raise a glass to my son Jet. Baby boy loves the claret and blue.
I ain't got a glass to raise, but
always.
It's a Jet.
Cheers, Matthew.
Can we do that?
Cheers, mate. Appreciate it.
What we're spoken about.
I mean, we're just quickly going to go through the England. I mean, when you look at the starting lineup, I mean, obviously Mount should be available this week.
Whatever's gone on there is fucking mental.
Huh?
Whatever's gone on there is fucking mental with the Scotland.
Yeah, that was weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That makes no sense at all.
It was a weird one, but I think, with Mason Mount, does he come back straight into the team? I don't know.
I don't think he does. I think
Grealish and Saka, they deserve to start against Germany. I really do. And whatever people say, look, you can't drop Harry Kane. You can't, because he's our main man, and he will. I've got confidence in him that he will turn up. And I know he's had 3 poor games, but I think if he starts turning up now, that's where he earns it.
Right, he's very lucky that there's no one up his arse. In my opinion, if this was a different era, he'd be out the fucking side quicker than anything. I think he's been absolutely atrocious. But
yeah, but
the thing is, it happens. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've had this discussion with, like, I've been on Robbie's channel a few times, and they're saying he's not world class. Of course, he's world class. He's a world class striker. He's scored hundreds and hundreds of Premier League goals. Against tough opposition. He was last tournament's Golden Boot winner. So it happens. It happens. We just
just why he doesn't seem to do it for England. Like even when he won the Golden Boot,
he won the Golden Boot.
He don't want to hear about this Golden Boot. Yeah, because look at the opposition that he won. He stat padded with penalties.
You can only play what's in front of you.
Yeah, you can, but I'm saying that doesn't mean you're world. I'm not saying he's not world class, but I'm saying that's not an example.
He does it. Let's be fair. Let's be fair to him. And I know it's Tottenham bias and all that. He does it against the best of the best, week in, week out in the Premier League.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I want to see him do it for England.
Not for England. He don't.
Yeah, it's different. It's just different.
But you say that before he's got 2 in his last 8, but before that he had 14 in his last 11 for England. So he's just hit a bad patch. It happens. All strikers go through it. But Harry Kane's this sort of player. He'll always be there. If you've noticed in his first 3 games, he's been very frustrating. He's had to drop to get involved. Where if he just stayed up there, look at Alan Shearer. He never had no real pace. He wasn't a skillful striker, but he stayed in the box and he scored goals. Mm-hmm. Gary Lineker was the same. That's what Harry Kane needs to concentrate on. It's down to the midfielders to get that ball to him. And when if he keeps missing chances, then I can understand the criticism. I really can.
I'm going to defend him a bit because the first game and the Scotland game, he got himself in positions in the box and no one put the ball into the box. Against the Czech Republic, I thought he was a lot better. Yeah. But again, the delivery was poor. My problem with Kane for England, he doesn't score against big sides. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
he doesn't score against the big teams in important games.
Yeah, but you could argue the same with Rooney.
Yeah, Rooney was in major tournaments. Rooney was terrible.
He's Rooney was the all-time top goal scorer.
You could probably argue the same with Messi.
Yeah, exactly.
But say he's world class. He's not world class.
No. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying Kane's not world class. I'm not saying Kane's not a world class striker. But what I'm saying is he doesn't do it for us in the big games that we need him to do it in. Like Dan said, you look at the last World Cup, he got golden ball because his hat-trick goal against Panama, it would come off his arse or whatever it was.
I've got to honest truth, mate. I'll take 1-0 all day long. I don't give a fuck whether he scores or not. As long as someone's scoring, I don't care.
Yeah,
Ollie's bang on there. Shearer went 12 games without a goal before Euro '96. Mm-hmm. And players go through these. You just got to look. There's no. Kane's our best striker. You can't drop him. You can't drop him.
But do you know what we should have been doing, I think? Giving, during these, the group games, is trying to get, Calvert-Lewin or someone on a lot earlier and giving them a little bit more minutes so they see how they go. But what we should have really done, And this is going to sound biased. We should have took Michail Antonio.
No,
because I'm telling you,
I don't think even if Kane drops out, I don't think that Calvert-Lewin comes in. I think it'll be Rashford.
No. And Rashford don't play that role. So this is the problem.
Rashford's really. I think he's playing with an injury as well, and he's really out of form. That'd be mad.
The striker that England needed was Jamie Vardy.
Well, you're saying that, Scott, and that's what fucking saying. But he turned his back on England.
Yeah, because he knew he was never going to get a fair crack.
Why? He went to tournaments.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about.
Even when we needed him to come on, he didn't bring him on.
Yeah.
So you've got to look at the manager. The manager doesn't look beyond Harry Kane.
We got to a World Cup semi-final without him.
Yeah, we got to a World Cup semi-final. Yeah. We got lucky getting there. But Watkins. At the end of the day, the manager does not look beyond Harry Kane. That's it. Harry Kane is his striker. No one else is getting a chance, and that's why Vardy retired. He knew he weren't going to get a chance. Calvert-Lewin's younger. Ollie Watkins.
I don't think you should ever retire from international football until they tell you.
Look, mate, I totally agree. But if you know you're not going to get a fair crack, then what's the point?
I mean, Alan Shearer retired when he was 30.
Yeah,
because he wanted to play a longer Premier League career.
That's it. But Vardy, you see how Vardy plays for Leicester. Vardy could have at least made it to this tournament.
Yeah, you need different options off the bench. Yeah. I agree, and that's why England. You go back a few years ago, they had different types of strikers. Like you had a Crouch, you had a Defoe, you know, different Rooney. You had different type of strikers. Harry Kane is the main man, and Southgate will stick with him until he comes good. And let's just hope that starts on Tuesday because we fucking need him. We need him to turn up.
But you know what I find quite interesting is a lot of people, that defend. I'm not saying everyone defends, but a lot of people defended Harry Kane, saying you can't drop him, but calling for Sterling to be dropped, who's the only one who scored any goals. I'm not saying we should drop. You can't drop Kane now for Germany. The game's too big, and he's too big of a player now. But people to say that criticize Sterling, who's scored England's only goals, they're still calling for him to be dropped. It's absolutely mental.
I think the difference with Sterling is that he's got more players that can take his place, where Harry Kane hasn't. So with Sterling, you could say, like, you could play Sancho there, you could play Bellingham there, you could play Grealish there, you can play Rashford there. There's so many options going forward.
He's informed, though.
I wouldn't drop Sterling because, as he showed, he misses chances, but he also gets on the end of chances. And if it wasn't for him, we probably wouldn't have won them 2 games.
Yeah, and that's it. As much as he's not been great, he has scored goals. And at the end of the day, he's the only player that scored a goal. So you can't drop him. I get I get the understanding his performances haven't been brilliant, but you can't drop him. It was luck that put Grealish into the side because of what happened with Mount and Chilwell. I still I can't get my head around how they've had to self-isolate for spending time with Billy Gilmore when he's been around the entire Scotland squad and they still managed to play a game of football.
Let's be fair, Scott. If the rules had anything to do with it, the whole England squad and the whole fucking Scotland squad would have been self-isolated. I don't understand it.
I think it's because, like, if you notice the other day, you see Rice, Souček and Soufal, it's because they was outside. I think what it was is because they was inside in the tunnel, and look, and Scotland have always come out and said that the
Scotland team are rubbing his balls in the shower. Like, what the fuck? Like, it don't make no sense.
That's the thing for me. That result for that Scotland team was like them winning the World Cup. They would have been in that dressing room jumping over each other because they'd held us to a 0-0 draw and created 2 good chances. So they would have been hugging each other, jumping all over each other. You can't tell me.
Is, mate, it's just
and Mount were closer to him than they were.
At the end of the day, it's just the world we're in at the minute. We just got to accept it, I suppose, and it's just a stark reminder, isn't it?
I'll be honest though, he played bloody well, that young kid.
Yeah,
played bloody well that game.
I tell you what I'm concerned about is the potential that he might drop Declan Rice. Obviously, he brought Declan Rice off at half time and he brought Henderson on. Could he? It seems, but the thing is, Southgate obviously loves Henderson.
He won't drop Declan Rice. He loves Declan Rice more than Henderson, trust me. He took Declan Rice off to keep him ready for the next game.
Yep. And to get he's done. If you look, he gave nearly. I think he's given every outfield player minutes, barring Chilwell. I think.
If anyone's going to get dropped for Henderson, it'll be Phillips, and that's just to be a bit more defensive.
Yeah. And to be honest, watching Henderson come on, I don't think Henderson should come into the side against Germany. He's unfit. He's leggy. You know, Phillips has played well in the games he's played. You know, he was outstanding in the first game, but he still put a performance in the last two. You drop Rice, we'll lose. Because Rice is key to the way England play now.
Do you know what? He didn't play well in that game. You can
tell that with the second half against Czech Republic.
Yeah,
he didn't play well in that Scotland game, mate. But the disrespect that boy gets.
But name an England player that did.
No, I can't name an England player that did. I'm just making a point. I'm not.
Questioning. Everyone has bad games. Declan Rice has been consistent for West Ham and England for a long time. He's due a bad game.
The disrespect that boy gets from other people's fans. As soon as he has a bad game, as soon as he does,
he don't even. The thing is, he don't even need to have a bad game. If England, like people are blaming Declan Rice for England only scoring 2 goals. Oh, you know, he's not progressive. He's defensive. Like, we all know.
Hold on a minute. We're going to take some comments in a second, right? The criticism Rice is fair, though. I think too many backwards sideways passes. Been the same at West Ham. Richard, are you watching West Ham games, mate? It gets forward a lot more. I don't know what you're watching now.
Well, I was just about to say that. It's two different Declan Rices, isn't it? For West Ham for Declan Rice is completely different to West Ham for England.
It boils my piss when people say that. Because, he plays a certain way for England. The same way Kane plays a certain way for England and all of that sort of thing. It boils my piss.
Because he plays the role that Southgate wants him to play.
Yeah, but
that's the thing, right? He plays the role that Southgate wants him to play, and he's restricted to how he plays for England. He can't do what he does for West Ham when he bursts forward, right? You look at that Scotland game; he had a poor performance. The one time when he actually bursts forward with a ball, he causes problems inside that 6-yard box, and that's where he is being restricted by Southgate. What is a holding midfielder in there to do? Win the ball.
And give it to someone that can play.
The thing is, when you look at the
Scotland do for Real Madrid, what does Kante do for Chelsea? He wins the ball, gives it to someone else, lets them do their job.
Yeah, but when you
does that perfectly.
When you look at the Scotland game, what was missing from that Scotland game was someone like Jack Grealish who drops in and picks the ball up. When Czech Republic from the start, Jack Grealish, that's what he wants to do. He draws the fouls. That's what you want. You know, he frustrates us when he plays against us, but when he's playing for us, you've got to understand his game. And there's no one better at getting that ball and turning. He plays like he's got wing mirrors on. He just sees what's behind him before he even knows, and he's off. Drops the shoulder, he's gone. There's no one better than him. He keeps the ball so close to his feet. And that's what we need. Phil Foden as well, he's another player. Phil Foden needs to play more central because that's where he's more effective.
Yeah.
I think the problem is I think Grealish does slow the game down a bit when he's trying to draw all of these fouls, and you just want to be attacking and try and catch him out on the break. It's just constantly look for the foul, stop, reset, let them get their defensive shape. And I think that hurt us when he came on. And what annoyed me, Declan Rice was wide open on the edge of the box, and he's calling for Grealish to pass it to him, and he's just dancing about. He's dancing. He's waiting for them to foul him, and then the final whistle goes. He really frustrates me, that geezer.
I mean, someone just said it there in the comments. I mean, you look at that, the way he took that ball down from Pickford when he pinged it to him. Not many players can do that under pressure.
Yeah.
Right, let's take some comments. Elliot Deval, Kane dropping deep is the reason Sterling has been in the positions to score Croatia game. We've been going long to Sterling and Foden have been able to run since Kane has dropped deep. Joseph Connolly talking about the England-Scotland what do you call it? Isolation. Each squad is a bubble, lads. Robert Finesse says Gilmore getting COVID was the only positive result for Scotland. Gary Rutter says I agree. Hancock broke the rules. Let's say that about that the better.
What is his motto? Hand, face, slap the arse, isn't it?
and face back to my place. I think it is now. JC says rest in Rice. He agrees that he's been rested. Ollie PRJ says when it comes up, what's going on? Rice is still not rated by other fans, which is ridiculous. Forward passing, says Moby Dick, instead of back to keeper bollocks. All right, mate, you go and play. Wish we had Northgate. Says
He's entitled to his opinion, man.
Well, I'm entitled to mine.
I know, but he wants to see a bit. He wants to be entertained more. That's he's entitled.
The thing is, like we all want to be entertained when we watch football. We do. As West Ham fans, we all sit there. We want to be entertained, but sometimes you just got to grind out results. It's a totally different game now. Sometimes and England have come up against, Croatia, a decent team, Czech Republic, half decent team, Scotland. Look, it was their cup final. That. As Scott said, they'll be celebrating that 0-0 draw for years to come. They'll put a statue up.
I just think the thing is, let's not forget. Obviously, West Ham fans booed Big Sam after we beat Hull. And it's the same with a lot of fans. A lot of fans want, like you said, want to be entertained with football. And the problem is for Southgate is it's all very well if he wins it. If he loses, then the negative football is just going to be used as another.
This is what I'm saying. 2 years ago or 3 years ago, whenever it was in the World Cup, everyone was singing about Southgate. They loved him. Yeah, it's a couple of bad games, bad performances because we didn't lose. This is what people are acting like we've lost. We ain't even conceded a goal.
Yeah, listen. As much as I'm not a Southgate fan, I'll give him credit there.
I'll tell you what we need. This needs to happen. Southgate needs the waistcoat back for Tuesday. I don't like the fruit jacket. He needs that waistcoat back. We need the magic waistcoat. 60,000 fans there as well on Tuesday. Going to be mental. I wish I was one of them.
I don't even know how you got tickets because they refunded a load of tickets. I don't really understand how it worked. You
had to apply for them again, didn't you?
Someone's trying to sell their tickets for like 1,200 quid. I see
them on there for 10 grand.
Yeah, I bet there's more than that, mate.
Fucking nuts if you pay that, unless you're a multi-millionaire and it's got loose change there.
Ridiculous.
That's the thing. It's it'd be good to be there, but I ain't paying that sort of money to go watch football.
Listen, for me, unless I'm at the game, there's no better place than being down the pub watching it. I love it. Love the atmosphere. I've enjoyed these games down the Boozer, and I can't wait to get there on Tuesday.
Be good, mate. It will be good. It'll be a good game, no matter what. It's going to be a good game. Someone said there in the comments, you look at the Germany defence, they're all eight. They're tall and a bit slow. So set pieces is probably going to benefit them a bit more, but we just got to get the ball through, put the ball over the top of Sterling. The way Saka played, he's got to start again, isn't he? On that right-hand side. Yeah,
he was the best player on the pitch the other night, I thought. Yeah. And do you know what? That's a youngster with no fear.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what we lack a lot of sometimes is players that just want to get out there and just look at Rooney when he burst on the scene in 2004 at them Euros. Played like a street kid. Loved it, relished it all. That's what Saka, that's what Foden, that's what Grealish, they all want to do that. They all want to prove something. And I mean, listen, it's going to be difficult against Germany. We know that. But if they pull off the result and get through, which I think we will, I really think we will. And look, the tournament's there. The tournament's there for taking. And they'll be national heroes.
If things ain't going right, I think in this game we need to see Bellingham and Sancho. The fact that they play out in Germany, they'll probably know a lot of the way the Germans play. They'll be needed in this game, especially if Saka ain't doing it.
I'm surprised that he hasn't called on Sancho yet because Sancho got 20 assists last season. Yep. Give him a chance. And I think every time he's played for England, he's impressed me. So whether he's not,
the crazy thing is, once he's apparently he's close to signing for Man United. Once he becomes a Man United player, I guarantee he will start playing him more.
This is the thing as well that you could probably say about Harry Kane is his mind elsewhere. He doesn't want to get injured. He's got a big move this summer, apparently. Does he want to get injured? But then he might play himself out of a move if he don't fucking buck his ideas up and start putting the ball in the back of the net.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I'll be honest, mate. I don't see why he just don't stay out in Germany. Really don't get it.
Yeah. It's. I mean, Man United seem to really want him. So
I'm looking forward to whether he's signing for United or not. I'm looking forward to seeing Sancho in the Premier League. I really am. This is where you want to. This is why we watch the best league in the world, because we want the best players in the world over here.
Yeah.
I agree. But as a youngster, he's doing really well where he is.
It's very interesting as well how all these moves are being sorted. Because a lot of the time we're in transfer news transfers are going to continue after the Euros, but apparently Grealish is going to be announced as a Man City player as soon as the tournament's done.
Yeah, that just worries me a little. It's the same with Kane. If you look at his forms dips and people saying, his injuries and all that, is that uncertainty around his future playing on his mind a bit as well?
I think so.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's difficult. You've got 3 players in that squad that are linked with big money moves. You've got Kane, Sancho, and Grealish. I mean, Grealish today, £100 million City are going to pay for him.
Yeah,
fucking it's mad. It's mad. You're looking at they're going to spend 250 million on Kane and Grealish. Fucking might as well just give them the Premier League trophy now and just battle it out for the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Well, that's again. I think Trevor Sinclair was saying on the radio either today or yesterday about it, and they said, no, we don't really want to see a situation in this country where teams just buy the best players, and they'll outbid everyone else, and they just get all the best players, and then everyone else is playing catch up.
But everyone's been doing that for years.
But with City, to give them their due, they've bought quality, but they've never really paid
their record transfer of 60 million.
Yeah. And you look at our record transfers 42. So in the gist of things, it's not massive amounts. So for them to be looking,
but they buy fucking 6 of them a season.
Trevor Sinclair can say that, but when City are smashing teams next year in the top of the league, he'll be doing the conga around his living room, hanging on about Man City, how great they are. So Sinclair's lying when he says he doesn't want to see that.
No, it's one of them where the Premier League is the way the Premier League is because it's so competitive. That's what gives the Premier League its greatness. It's not great because people run away and finish 1st and 2nd and nobody's nowhere near them. Like you get in Spain. The fact that Barcelona, Real Madrid and now Atletico Madrid sort of run away with it and everyone else is playing catch up. At least over here, you've got that 5-6 teams pushing each other at the top, and then everyone else is pushing underneath them. And then you get your throw-ups like you have a team that are bottom of the league beating the Premier League champions, or, that's what makes the Premier League so good. It's not the fact that we've got the best players, it's the competitiveness of it. The fact that you can rock up one week, smash a team 9-0, go out the next week and lose 1-0. That's what makes the Premier League exciting. You just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, let's get some predictions for this Germany game then. Go on, Scott. What are you saying, mate?
1-0. Us. Scrappy.
Dan?
Yeah, Scott Nick Meyer, I've been saying 1-0. I think that will be it. I think either way, whoever wins, it will be 1 goal in it either way. So, but I think England have the edge in this.
Nick?
I really want to say England win, but I don't think they do. I think they go out on penalties.
I hope not. But
it was just
let's get him out.
I really do want to say, but I don't know. It's just, they just always do it. I'm just sick of them. I just hope we beat them.
You know what? I think we're gonna go. I think we're gonna win 2-1 in normal time. I think it could be a game where England go 2-0 up early on, and then we back to the wall for the rest of the game, and Germany nick one, and we just see it out. But
we just owe them a couple. We just owe them 1 or 2.
I mean, we don't really like saying his name on this channel, but we owe it for Frank Lampard when it was disallowed goal that should have been a goal in 2010, and that would have put us back in the game, and we might have gone on to win that game. We ended up losing it 4-1 when fucking Matty Upson even scored in that game. That's how bad it was then. But we owe them, 96, Italia 90, 2010, 1970, You know, let's get that vibe from 1966 back, and let's beat them. Come on, England.
Someone said earlier on that we did beat them in a tournament 1-0. Shearer scored.
Yeah, that was
it's in a group. It's in a group stage, and we went out.
Still did a tournament.
Yeah, but it was group stage. That don't count.
You can't beat. They said the same about Argentina after '98, and when we beat them in 2002.
But we also beat them 5-1 in their own backyard, and you know what I mean.
Don't mean jack shit at the end of the day.
Let's just fucking do it. I would love to see England beat them on penalties, though.
Do you know what? You could.
You don't want it to go penalties, though, do you?
No, of course I don't. I don't ever want it to go penalties. Never.
Yeah, that would be awful, wouldn't it? That would be absolutely awful.
I don't think I could watch it. I'm still ruined from '96. We've got
a few predictions in the chat. We'll take them and then we'll do this announcement. GP says 3-1 Germany. Anas Ahmed says 1-1 penalties. I don't know how that happens. England win on penalties. Southgate revenge done. 25 years on. Kimbo says he agrees a scrappy 1-0. Stevie Ray says 5-4 Germany on penalties. Oh shit! Made it minimised. 1-0 England with fear in the eyes. 2-1 England, says Stevie Bell. England 2-0 win. 2-1 England. 4-2 Germany. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's going to be very interesting.
Do
you want to answer this? I've seen this question a few times from James. I don't know if you wanted to answer that. He said, "Evening, lads. What do you think of the 10 German Bombers song? And have you heard about the ban if anyone is caught singing it?"
No opinion on it.
Scott?
Got no opinion on it.
Nah. It's a football chant. I don't see how you can ban people for singing it, but
I just find it a bit cringeworthy when you start singing that. I always find, as a West Ham fan, I find England chants really shit.
I find a lot of songs cringy, even at West Ham.
Some of them, yes, some of them are, but I just feel like West Ham, we come up with a lot better chants. England chants don't have a lot of good chants. But yeah, I don't know, like all of this World Cups, One World War stuff, it's not my cup of tea, to be honest.
Yeah, but you don't drink too.
No, or my cup of beer.
Yeah, it's
cup.
So not your cup of organic tea or whatever.
What's wrong with the 1 World Cup and 2 World Wars then?
We're going on about the war, and it weren't even the Germans. It was like the Nazis. You know, it's not like every German. No, I mean like but you're equating Nazis with Germans.
Look, this is a football channel. Let's leave all that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If we want to leave all the politics, let's leave it out of the songs.
Yeah, but we could sit here and talk about all politics. You could talk about, anything about politics. It's not what it's about. It's history's history.
It's political history, isn't it?
That's what we still sing about Frank Lampard, and that was 20 odd years ago.
Yeah, but it's
still about Paul Ince. That was 30 odd years ago.
Yeah, I don't even. I sometimes I think it's a bit silly to still sing, but it's still football. At least it's West Ham. We're not talking about off the pitch stuff. Like,
but you can't.
Had nothing to do with football.
I don't know whether you can turn around and say keep politics out of football when they put politics into football.
Yeah, but this is the problem: is they moan about. No, but they moan about it.
Who's moaning?
When people are saying. No, but people are going, "Oh, keep politics out of football." Then we'll sing about German bombers and this, that, and the other, and boo. So you boo that, but you're singing about all this world wars and all that's all politics.
I don't give a shit either way, to be quite honest with you. Let them. I don't sing that with him.
No, you don't. Yeah, that's why you sit in the popcorn section.
That's right. That's right.
It's just one of them. If we worry about upsetting everyone in this world, no point even opening your mouth, is there? That's what you've got to look at. It's not the worst football chant I've heard. It's not the greatest. But to ban people for singing it,
it's
a bit madness, if I'm honest.
But you didn't offend anyone, James, and it's a very, like I said, it's it's some of them one. It's an impassioned debate, isn't it? It's about something to a lot of people, them sort of songs, and they love that side of things. A lot of people, like I said, think it's a bit embarrassing, and there's probably better songs. Sing It's Coming Home and stuff. That's a bit better, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but let's be honest, that's just as bad. It's Coming Home. That's a terrible song.
Yeah, but it's a tongue in cheek, isn't it? It's tongue in cheek. No one really believes it's coming home.
But that's what a lot of football banter is
best
about.
song of all time. Don't tell me. It's best song of all time.
John Barnes sung "We Got a Hold and Give and Do It at the Right Time," and we ain't done that since Italia '90. So.
Yeah,
I wish
we hadn't even got to the line.
That was
right.
No,
should we play this video?
Go on in.
Were you going to build it up, or are you just going to?
No, I think we should play the video first, and then I think we should talk about it after.
Right.
Do you agree?
Well, yeah. I don't know. It might just be a bit random that we're talking about German bombers, and then you start playing that.
Okay. Here's the new video announcement for your viewing.
Right, we've got an announcement to make. We're going to make this announcement. We've been sitting on this for a little while. We've been waiting for confirmation. Obviously, since lockdown, every Friday, more or less, has been Friday night pint. Apart from when it's clashed with a few things, and we've been saying we're going to do a live show. So, ready for this?
Yeah, go on, mate.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Chinese health authorities are still working to identify the virus behind a pneumonia outbreak in the central city of Wuhan.
We can confirm that 2 patients in England have tested positive for coronavirus.
Manchester City versus Arsenal, which was supposed to take place Wednesday, has been postponed.
Are you confident that the Premier League season will go ahead as of April the 4th?
None of us know. We'll see.
It's vital to slow the spread of the disease, and that's why you must stay at home.
It looks like the Premier League are about to announce that games are going to be played behind closed doors.
We'll have to do a nice new series like Friday night down the pub with the boys.
If we want to take back our freedom, we have to be smart, respectful, and have to stay home.
Football is back, but gone are the celebrations and the fans, replaced by empty stadiums, social distancing and disinfectant.
Prime Minister Boris Johnson is expected to unveil plans on easing coronavirus restrictions next week. Now, the UK may see the end of its current lockdown restrictions by July.
The Prime Minister outlining today that fans are set to return to sporting events from Monday, May the 17th.
And there we go. So Friday Night Pint live has been good. What are you laughing at?
It's so dramatic. It's so dramatic.
It's
Why,
good,
don't like it? Well, you don't like it dramatic. I thought I'd give people a fucking get them pumped up for it.
That's fucking brilliant. That's emotional.
You know what was missing?
I'm going to play it again. And then next time I come back, you better not fucking be laughing. Right? I'm going to play it one more time.
You was just missing the X Factor voice, guy. You should have got it. Friday night Pint is back. Because they play, I think they did that on the X Factor.
It had the desired effect, Nick.
Yeah, thank you, Mikey.
You know what? People that love football will get that feeling. Used to obviously don't like it when you ever missed it.
So Friday Night Pint live. I mean, I know this is Friday Night Pint live, but in front of an audience is going to happen, and it's going to happen the day before the Premier League season kicks back off on August the 13th. Friday, August the 13th. And
what could go wrong? Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. What could go wrong? And what I've been saying is, all summer we've been saying we're going to have a big party. We're going to have a big party. We're going to have a massive party just before the season starts again. As I say, if you're a patron of ours and been a patron of ours, on the top tier, you're going to get a free ticket. Other tiers get discounts. The tickets will be available. The only reason we've got to charge is to cover the venue and the costs for the disco and everything else. We're going to have a few bits and pieces to be confirmed, but the tickets should be on sale on Monday morning, and I think they're priced reasonably as well.
You froze then, like you was going, ooh. You froze, but you was like that.
No, so yeah, it's gonna be there. It's gonna be epic. We're gonna have an hour and a half of Friday Night Pint filmed live in front of a studio audience. So ask us anything. We'll be out. We'll be out in the crowds. We'll be there. We'll be and then once that's all done, we'll pack the cameras away. We'll take away the tables, and we'll have a big disco and piss up. Once, obviously, that's when COVID restrictions would have finished. And I can't wait, to be quite honest with you, because it's been a long time coming. It's at you got to tell them where it is.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be good because obviously it's something different for us. It's gonna be us sitting in obviously on the stage in front of the crowd, and we're gonna try to get one or two guests to come down as well to help us out on the night and get involved. And it's gonna be good because I said to Dan earlier, I want it like a Jimmy Carr thing where people heckle us and get involved, and it's not going to be just us sitting there. We want everyone to get involved, and it's going to be such a great night. It's the venue's going to be it's the same venue that we're using for the Tony Cottee events in Stanford-le-Hope, the old Regent Ballroom, which is honestly it's a fantastic venue. If you've never been there before, it's great. It's right opposite the station. It's about a 2-minute walk or 1 minute if you run. I think the ticket prices are great. I think what they're going to include as well, it's going to be well worth it. And as Nicky said, we're not here to make money out of this night. It's about covering the cost for the venue, and if we have to get a guest down or whatever, DJ. But it's going to be a great night. And as Nicky said, hour and a half max of us on stage talking absolute shit, and then we're going to pack everything away, and then we're going to have a fucking good night, a good beer, good dance, meet everyone, and it's on the eve of the Premier League season as well. And what's even better, West Ham's been moved to the Sunday, so you got Saturday to recover before you travel up to the Newcastle. It's fucking it's all set up. Friday the 13th, horror night. Woo!
Anas Ahmed says, "Will it be live on YouTube?"
We'll try. We're going to try.
We're going to try. If not, it's going to be recorded and put out straight after.
Yeah, because a few people obviously can't get there. They may live too far away. So I've seen a couple of comments. So
it will be on YouTube. The whole thing will be filmed. It all depends on the venue's obviously internet connection, because we don't want to start filming it and the internet drops in and out and all of that sort of thing. So it will be filmed. There will be a film crew there filming it all. It'll depend on their say-so whether it's going to be live or not. But if it's not live, it'll be live mixed, and as soon as it's finished, it'll be straight uploaded.
Yeah, all the ticket details will be announced early next week, so keep an eye on all our social medias. They'll be up, and as soon as tickets go on sale, I can imagine this selling out very quick, because I think there's a lot of people that are desperate to... People have been asking us for months to do this, and we're going to do it. We're going to get in contact with a few other West Ham people channels and invite them down. So it's going to be good. It's going to be a good night. It's something that we wanted to do for ages.
And it's a good opportunity for all you in the chat who sit there and chat away, with each other while we're doing this. And
to meet each other.
Yeah, exactly. It's a social for us, and it's a social for you guys as well. So, make sure you come down and see it. And James Games, Graham will be there. I will negotiate with his wife to make sure he's allowed out that night.
Graham's already there. That's why he's not here tonight. He's already there, mate. He said, I ain't like, look, he will be there. We'll all be there, all 5 of us.
The thing is, lads and lasses, that we've been locked up for a long, long time. I know you can go down the pub and all of that, but it ain't been, you have to sit there and booking things on the table. So hopefully we've waited and waited and waited to see how it goes with the lockdowns and all of that sort of stuff. And we've waited to a time when we think we'll be back to normal. So it'll be like a normal night out no masks, no, unless we have to, but no masks. Having a drink and having a dance and shaking each other's hands and giving each other a hug. And
Nick, you say no masks.
except for positive.
This old Cara here. Oh, she's definitely going to be there, mate. In all her glory.
But there's going to be like
patches on the lash.
We're sort of involved in another event as well with the Julian Dix and Tony Cottee one, and like these hopefully are going to be more regular. We're going to obviously keep an eye on that because it is so close to restrictions, so we just have to keep an eye on what's going on there.
Yeah. But if the thing is, if the restrictions don't get lifted, you'll be refunded for your tickets.
Yeah, absolutely. No, don't worry about that for either event, whether it be the Julian Dix one or this one. No one's running away with your money. If something happens and we can't do it, or it has to be cancelled or moved, you'll be fully refunded. So yeah, these are just nights. I mean, that Julian Dix night is going to be a fucking quality night. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Two legends on stage, and it's Tony Cottee's night. He's hosting it, and I've done a video of him the other day, and I've spoke to him off camera and that, and I know what he's got planned for the night. And Julian's always good. Julian, there's going to be some good stories on that night, and it's going to be good. It's going to be. But if you can't make that one, Friday night pint. If you can't make the Friday night pint, come to both.
I think I think Stevie WHE Bell said that I should be in charge of the music for the event. By the way, so I think
fuck off!
I think that's a safe bet.
You won't even play Oasis, you prick. You can't be in charge of nothing.
We'll have fucking ABBA all night and then a bit of Wham.
Listen, people want to dance, mate. People want to dance.
Another question here. Any age restrictions? One of my 16-year-old boy.
You know what? We'll have to have a look at that. I know they was very funny with the Tony Cottee night age restrictions, but we'll speak to the venue. We'll see what we can do. We'll try our hardest because we know we have got a lot of younger audience that want to attend these things, but sometimes it's because of the venue. Even if we've done it in a pub, sometimes they're funny about having kids in there, and obviously, but we'll sort it out. But someone said there about how many tickets are going to be on sale. I think it's going to be between roughly 150 and 170. If we get that many people, we might only sell fucking 10. But
yeah, it's good to have the option. And I think someone asked the pricing, but like I said, it's not going to be a lot.
Oh yeah, the price. All the ticket details will be announced next week. You just got to sort something out, and and believe me, it's reasonable. It's not going to be a piss take. It's reasonable, and it'll include. It's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it. And you get to meet Graham. What more do you want?
Yeah, we're going to include a couple of bits and pieces with the ticket, as like sort of mementos and everything. I'm just looking forward to seeing everyone. As I say, it's just to cover costs. DJ, we've got to get a film crew there, so that's the only reason we have to even charge. And as I say, if you've been a patron of ours, like a top tier patron, you're going to get a free ticket.
And anyone's welcome. Bring your partners. Let's crack on. Let's have a boogie.
But so hopefully soon you'll find out about the kids. When you announce the ticket pricing, you'll announce what the situation is on the kids.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and all the information will be on there when it's like for a proper fucking website. We're not, I'm not going to have like Graham taking ticket money. You know what I mean? It's got to be like a proper website.
Can Graham do the tax shop? Is he going to do the tax shop there?
Yeah.
On that.
There's going to be a few things there as well, and someone just said, "Will the Tony Cottee be on YouTube as well?" It won't, but watch this space. That's all I'm saying. There's things in the pipeline here. Don't worry.
The thing is with the Cottee night, if the first one works out well, we've got so many plans for other nights with Tony Cottee, and as I said, I understand at the moment people are a bit worried about restrictions and things like that. But look, don't worry. If you do buy a ticket and it does we'll always rearrange the date, or if you want your money back, that's and you can't make the date, we'll sort that out. There's no one's going to lose anything out of you. The only people that'll be losing anything is the ones not attending because they're going to miss a great night.
You know what? That is such a fantastic question. That's such a me question. I appreciate that question.
It's no different to a normal pub, is it, right?
Yeah.
I don't think.
It's just normal prices.
Normal prices are not overinflated or whatever.
That's one of the first things I look at when
16 quid for half a pint.
I won't even.
I'm going to hazard a guess that it's not Wetherspoon's prices, but it's also not London prices.
No, it's Essex prices.
Slap bang somewhere in the middle.
Like if you went in a pub.
Yeah,
I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
Can you drink Coca-Cola though? You can drink what you can drink what you want. It's up to you.
Drink Coca-Cola.
We're not going to force you to drink pints.
This is the key question. This one: will there be pork scratchings?
Well, if there are, you better get there before me. I fucking love a pork scratching. I ain't stopped eating in the last few weeks.
Steve, mate, we can have a whip.
Yeah, I'm come in my full Polish gear.
No
Polish attire. What?
We'll let you hold the whip down, yeah, so you keep everyone on an even kill.
Yes. None of yous order no San Miguel's in the chat, right? But no, Nick. Imagine Nicky tries to tell his Poland story live. Jeez,
fucking that'll take up all night. he might as well start that on August the 12th.
We've only got an hour and a half.
No, it's going to be good. I'm going to speak to a couple of people and try to get some guests down now to help out on the night or just be there so you can meet them and everything. So no, it'd be good. It'd be good. But yeah. Nice. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel to find out all the details next week.
He's still got to do the eyebrow threading, isn't he, Graham?
Eyebrow threading live.
If we do that live on stage, I'll bring me fucking lawnmower. We can do it.
Changing subject massively. There's just there's been a tornado in Barking.
Do you know what? Is it a tornado? I've been hearing
No, Scott, you're wrong. What that was, Dan just opened his wallet.
That's why I've been. It's sort of like it's just come up. That's what I was looking at when the video was planned. But it's hammering it down here now. But yeah, there's been a tornado in Barking. Mental.
Fucking
hell. A tornado. I mean, what is a tornado?
There's no signs of tornadoes, Scott. I can look at
them. Triple X has just said he paid £5 for a pint at the bowling stay. Are you going to visit the bowling now it's reopened? I'll tell you what, have you seen the new pictures of the bowling?
No, I only saw the outside.
I'll tell you what, it looks so nice in there. It's unbelievable. They spent, I think they spent about 1.5 million on it. And it's great that they've obviously kept it open, but it looks so different. So different to what it was when we used to go in there with sticky floors and beer being chucked. And
6X's. What beer was it? Is that like a premium beer or is that like every beer? That's a £5. Jeez.
But Dan, a lot of places now, mate. That's the going rate.
And I tell you what, get the Roundhouse open, £3 a pint, and they've only just put that up recently, but it's not open.
That'll go up soon. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Saying that, I was in Moon and Stars in Romford on Tuesday after work.
Wetherspoons.
Wetherspoons. They're still doing, I think, was Bud Light $1.99.
Nonsense.
Yeah, it's Wetherspoons, isn't it? Wetherspoons horrible though.
Pub I go in for the football, they do two pinters. I'm having 2 pinters of Sammy Geldan. You won't sleep at night now in them prices, mate.
The thing is, mate, you should think
they do it. Dan, they also do a beer tower for £26.
My microphone on.
Which is a massive. I think it's about 7 pints.
7 pints for £26.
No, don't listen.
It's just the novelty of the beer tower. It looks.
But it's going to get so flat by the time you get the bottom. You might start working. You can hear your lips moving. I can see your lips moving, but we can't hear you.
You can't hear me. Is that
no?
We can hear you.
Still can't hear you, mate. Say that again.
Hello?
No, he's gone. Come on, mate. Yeah, we can hear you.
You can hear me.
Yeah, of course we can.
Oh, fucking hell. I didn't know. You were just all saying no.
Announced the West Ham Fan TV American Tour, you cowards. Do you know what? That might not be this year, but we might sort something out for next year, depending on how well the channel goes over the next season. That will definitely be something. And we're going to land directly in Texas. And then we're going to go around Roy's house. And when he gets on it, and then Roy's going to take us to Vegas when he gets on it even more. And then we're going to end up going down to Miami and just land on the beach for a few days. And then we're going to go home. And
yeah,
that's
Texas the plan. To Miami, that's a long way.
Yeah, that's what it is, mate. Road trip.
Fuck.
You know what? Like we was. Do you know what? I was actually me and Jason. Dan were talking about doing that. You know, you get a caravan in America and you drive from one side to the other. Like that film Paul. You know, you've seen Paul with the alien and Seth Rogen in it.
Yeah.
And it's got that. You know, you fucking just drive, didn't you, from one side of America to another side? We should do that.
The Route 66
Fan TV road trip.
Route 66, mate. We'll just do that one.
Yeah, we could do the Route World Cup 66 tour.
Who would spend the most in the casino? Unfortunately, me. So I won't go anywhere near.
It definitely wouldn't be me, mate. Last time I went to Vegas, I put $5 in the machine and lost. I had the right hump for the rest of the night because I'm not a gambler. I can't stand it. But
once I start, I can't stop. So I just don't start.
No, yeah, I'm not. I'm like right. Like if I win a bit of money, I'm like that's it. I will keep that money and I won't bet it again. I'm like because I don't want to lose it.
Do you know what? I put $5. I think I put about $5 in the machine, and I won something, and the ticket come out and it said like 79 cents. And I thought, do you know what? Just having that bit of paper with that on felt better. It felt good, but I lost. Fucking ridiculous! I can't stand it.
You know what? We haven't talked about. West Ham have made a signing today. Armstrong, I believe it's Armstrong Oka Flex. His name is 19 years old from Celtic. Plays as a winger or a striker, and we've signed him today. And obviously, people are a bit underwhelmed.
Yeah, comes highly recommended from Celtic fans, from what I see. He ran his contract down. I'll be honest, I don't really know much about him, but look, he's obviously been signed for the future. But I'm looking forward to seeing him on loan at Bolton in a couple of years and then signing on a permanent because that seems what happens, doesn't it?
I think we would be. I don't know if you guys know about the controversy, but I think we would be a bit. It's kind of got to be mentioned.
What?
So there's a lot of controversy that comes with this player because about a year ago there was a post or something, and he commented about an 8-year-old girl and said she would be peng when she's older, which means attractive, good-looking. And so a lot of people now, that's caused a lot of controversy. A lot of West Ham fans don't want him. They're saying he's a
but they probably dug up that tweet and he was 9 when he said it or something.
No. I think he did it. It was a year ago. He got investigated by Celtic, and but that was the comment. Like he commented this girl. He said when she's older, she will be, attractive.
I don't know.
And that caused a lot of. And so a lot of people are saying they don't want him because of that. I don't know.
How old was he when he said it?
18.
So it's a bit of a weird thing to say. Just check his hard drive every day.
Yeah. Do you know what? There's some people that pointed out that when you look at, there's a lot of women that will look at kids, like say a boy that's 5-year-old and go, oh, he will have all the ladies chasing after him when he's older. Is that the same sort of thing?
Yeah, I can see what you're saying now. I totally understand it, and I think when a bloke says things, it's exactly saying the same thing. But it's taken different. I don't know. As I said, I don't really know nothing about him.
The concept of what you said, Dan, is that you would say that about, you wouldn't say that about a stranger's kid.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a bit of an odd thing to say.
It's an odd thing to say, but it's borderline, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it makes him like a paedophile or a nonce. It's a very creepy, off-brand thing to say. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, massively. That's it. It's as I said, it's borderline. It's borderline.
He's. I mean, I remember being at school. I've heard people say that about, and it was always look at them sideways, like.
Yeah. The problem is, Dan, is you've got to look at his. As we said, it's borderline, but we can't sit here and, when we went back to defend Jared Bowen, when the comment that he made that, when he was, I think, 14, and you've got to give youngsters a tiny bit of leeway because, as we brought up before, you evolve as you get older. You evolve. You say things when you're younger that you may not necessarily know the full context of it. And I said, for me, that's borderline. If it was he said it about my daughter, I wouldn't be happy. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them. But yeah, it said it's borderline. It's borderline.
So this is apparently what he said. The young girl came on with her mum to tell a joke, but after they left, because he used to do this, like, I think it was he would do these FaceTimes or something with fans, like random ones or like a roulette of things, and he'd get like someone posted one earlier and some geezer got his like knob out on it and he had to shut it off. And I think this is what he's talking about. So some girl came on with her mum to tell a joke, but after he left, he said, that's cute. She's one of them ones that she'll probably be a peng when she's older. So that's the context. Instagram Live. That's it. That's it. Yeah, it's weird. It's
sometimes though. Sometimes it happens. Is you say things that you don't really mean, and it sounds like a compliment in your mind. And
it comes out a bit naughty.
It comes out looking like a bit Rolf Harris, but you know what I mean, like,
he didn't mean to.
Yeah, it might be one of them ones. Like, you just obviously you got to keep an eye on it with that sort of things. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's one of them ones where you probably think, oh, probably I should have fucking said that. You know? What I mean?
It's one of them. Like, if someone you knew said it, you'd be like, you look at them kind of sideways. I mean, I have to keep an eye on you.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean. But you're not going to start ringing up fucking Operation U-Tree and getting them around their ass. But you know,
the fact that peng is a worrying fact for me as well.
It's a silly word, but he didn't say that she was peng now.
Yeah,
he said but it's the fact that he's kind of looking at her that way and trying to imagine when she's old. It's still weird.
It's odd. It is odd. It is odd.
The thing is, it's just going to be, we was talking beforehand, as soon as my cousin was saying that he thinks it's just a signing for the under-23s, that he's not really been signed for the first team, but it's just kind of to bolster the under-23s because they've got this new, like we said, they're trying to make the under-23 league into like its own little Premier League and try and make that bigger. And I guess West Ham want to really push that, but that's what I was kind of looking at. Like, I hope they're not signing him as like one of the strikers that we need to sign out of two. Do you know what I mean?
I'll be honest, mate. It just, I'm hoping that the reason we haven't signed anyone is because Moyes is working over it, like, for the UEFA in the Euros, and that's why everything's on hold.
I think it's worrying me a little bit.
Yeah.
I think David Moyes has already turned around and said that he's not really. They're going to wait for him to get back. I mean, all fans are having a meltdown. Like, most fans are having a meltdown on Twitter and social media, saying, "Oh, we ain't signed anyone." Fucking, why are you worried yet? There's a tournament going on.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. That's the thing.
People are signing people.
How many teams out of the Premier League have signed someone?
Aston Villa.
Oh, well, there's your one. Well done.
Yeah, but what you got to understand is Aston Villa have just signed Jack Grealish's replacement.
This is what I'm saying.
They're losing their best player, so they've done their business.
It just worries me a little bit. That's all.
But what are you worried for?
Because I've been through this about 27 fucking times and they don't sign anyone. That's why I'm worried.
It was turned around and said that he's got targets, but he's not going to look at them until after the Euros.
Yeah. So that's it. As we've said,
do you think that's a mistake though? Because I think a lot of people have sort of questioned him taking this job and thinking, well, couldn't he be using this is extra time he could be using to look?
Dan, trust me. Is he out there scouting players?
Exactly. That's what I mean. Is he not using this job as an opportunity to scout more players?
I just think, as fans now, as social media fans, we're so impatient and like we want everything done now. Like West Ham can go out.
Why you can't say that because it never gets done. Well, you said this. All right, let's go back to the January when we sold Haller. You just go, wait. We waited and it fucking didn't materialise.
Yeah, we did. We got Jesse Lingard. We got Jesse Lingard scored 9 goals.
Send that forward.
Also 9 goals.
Also,
what's in Europe?
Yeah, I know, but he worked.
Officially signing players from foreign clubs don't start till the 1st of July, so we've got to take that into account as well.
I don't think it's the fact
maybe for a change, we're keeping our cards close to our chest.
Yeah,
do you know
maybe.
The thing
I'm saying, like everyone's like too many impatient people on social media. They just want everything done now. Right?
I don't think it's impatience. I think it's nervous.
The season don't start until the 14th of August. The transfer window
because when we sold the centre forward, we needed to sign a centre forward, and they didn't sign one. And everyone kept on saying, "Wait, just wait."
But as I just said, mate, and I'll keep repeating it, we went out and signed Jesse Lingard, who scored 9 goals. We could have gone out and striker and scored fuck all.
But we needed a centre forward as well.
I know that. I'm not going to keep going over this, but. I know we needed a centre forward, but we didn't get a centre forward. We got Jesse Lingard, and
because everyone kept on saying, "Be patient." Well, I was patient, and they never got him. So,
as I said, right. And what happens if we didn't get Jesse Lingard, signed a striker, and he didn't score nothing?
But we did get Jesse Lingard.
Exactly.
We needed a striker.
So what's the point of going over it?
It's one of them.
Because if we had signed a striker, we would have probably got Champions League.
Oh, fuck off.
There you go. I'll say that.
We weren't down to having a striker. We didn't get Champions League. We had a striker, and you wanted him out the club.
When? Yeah, because he was shit.
Anyway,
but
if we would have had Allaire, we maybe have got.
If we would have had Allaire,
no, we wouldn't.
Yeah,
there you go.
No, but do you know what the thing is, right?
Well, I didn't sell him. I didn't sell him. I just said he wasn't good enough. I didn't sell him.
The thing is like I get what Nicky's saying because of the history that we have with we do our transfer business. Yeah, we're a little bit worried, but as I said, I'm not worried because the Euros are still going on. The transfer window's not properly open yet, and Moyes is scouting players while he's working.
Exactly. Yeah, half the fan base on Twitter, I think they know better than David Moyes.
I just think fans would feel a little bit more reassured because of there's been so many previous transfer windows where it's been an absolute cock up.
Yeah, but then there's always been the Pellegrini that spent 150 million, and that was a big balls up. So you can look at it both ways. Let's just wait and let's just see what happens. There's no point us sitting here for the next fucking 10 weeks banging on about this, that, and the other. Let's just see what happens.
Oh, we said this last time. See what happens, and nothing ever happens.
We could have got Josh King, but no one wanted him. There's a striker.
Yeah, why didn't they get? I wanted him.
Okay, and what happened last time, Nick, when we did sign all the players? You thought we'd finish 5th above Spurs, and look what happened now.
But we finished 6th above Spurs.
There you go. With no striker.
Yeah, we had a striker. We would have finished 5th or 4th.
No striker.
The thing is, it's going to be one of them. Let's get once this tournament's out of the way. If we're getting closer and closer to the transfer window deadline and we haven't done any business, then we worry. At the minute,
I'm always worried because I don't trust them with business. That's one thing I don't trust them with.
It's not going to be good enough for most of our fan base. We should.
I don't care about the rest of our fan base. Just get it done. Whatever you got to get done, get done.
I'll be honest. I'd rather it all done early, but so once we come back to pre-season,
every other club want their business done early.
But we know it's not going to happen. Look, there's players out there. You guarantee now there's players Moyes is looking at in that tournament that have got nothing else on their mind apart from playing in that tournament.
Bruv, there's things I'm looking at in Lamborghini, but I'm never going to get them unless I fucking save up and get one. So let's go and get it. Let's go and get what you need to get. We got a Europa League campaign. We've got a lot of games coming up. I just don't trust them. That's all I'm saying. I don't trust. That's why people are so nervous and so fucking like edgy about it, because they're seeing other clubs doing business. Norwich are doing business. Aston Villa are doing business. Crystal Palace are doing business.
Crystal Palace haven't got a manager, have they?
And what business are they doing?
They're getting their manager in now.
Yeah, but that's it. So Palace.
Who are they getting in, Nick?
The Dortmund manager.
No, he turned them down.
Well, they're getting their manager in. Their manager in the last season.
Tottenham, everyone's turning Tottenham down.
Yeah, but that's Tottenham.
I'll be fair.
But do you know what the funny thing is even though Moyes, we're being told Moyes is waiting and all of that, we're still getting linked to all of these names, and we're seeing like 1 minute it's Dakar, then it's
because you get people like Claret and Hugh that chuck names in a hat to wind the fan base up. No one knows nothing. X is doing it. I mean, but X is 99% usually spot on. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's been saying that Moyes wants this player, that player. So if he knows what players he wants, say, he says Moyes wants this Dakar, or he wants, I can't remember who the latest striker is, someone will know. So why aren't the moves starting to get made? That's what it is. It's very quiet.
But the thing is, we're sitting here saying that. How do you know they're not happening? As Scott said,
because when we don't
open for the 1st of July.
No. But we don't whenever we do anything, it's not bloody quiet. Everyone bloody knows it.
But this is the thing. That maybe Moyes, maybe now they're finally getting a lid on this, because at the end of the day, the more these websites leak who we're after and who we're going for, pushes the price up, gets other people interested in them.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, just stop. Just look, at the end of the day,
they can't stop. That's their business. They can't stop.
Yeah, but all right, they can't stop. But go back to the days when we didn't know who we were signing until we opened the newspaper or saw on the telly, this is the player, and it's sitting there in the West End.
Essex Hammer. Read that. Spot on.
I don't think it's a lack of faith in Moyes. It's a lack of faith in David Sullivan. That's where the lack of faith comes from. Because Moyes can do whatever he wants. The man who has to sign off and he has to get the deal over the line is David Sullivan. It stops with him.
That's who I don't trust.
But this is the thing, is that as we said before, you see it with Pellegrini. Pellegrini got fed up with Sullivan interfering. Moyes is putting his stamp.
No, Pellegrini got fed up because he was a shit manager. There
was other things in and around.
Shit manager, and he didn't suit.
Not a shit yeah, but he's not a shit manager.
He's doing a shit job
in Spain. He's doing a good job in Spain right now. Like, he's just had a good season, if I'm not mistaken.
It's just it's one of the things that didn't work out, right? And time and time again, Allardyce has said it. Sullivan gives you these players that you don't want, but he thinks they'll be a good player. Moyes seems to be stamping that out. Moyes seems to be getting the players he wants to get. So let's just give him a chance. I know what you're saying with Gold and Sullivan there. Well, Sullivan, he's the one that's got to get it over the line. But let's give Moyes an opportunity. As I said, there's no way he's working out for UEFA at this tournament and he's not keeping his eye on players and trying to see if he can pick him.
I trust Moyes. It's not Moyes that I don't trust.
Yeah,
just read my fucking lips.
That's what I said.
I don't remember people moaning about Slaven Bilic being out of Euro 2016 and we ended up losing our best player that summer. So maybe if Bilic would have stayed at home, and worked on Pint a bit more, we might have kept him. But it's always
no one's worried about Moyes working. Everyone's trusting Moyes. It's not Moyes that you have to not trust.
But we can keep saying about the board and all that. I know that, but what we're going to do? We're just going to sit here for the rest of the summer and have these same conversations over and over again.
Nope. We're going to hold off until
we can try one player next week.
But then if we keep on having the same transfer windows and the transfer summers over and over again, then we are going to have the same conversation because it never changes.
It's going to be what it is. We're either going to get to the end of the transfer window and we've had a fantastic transfer window in our opinion, or we've had a shocking transfer window in our opinion.
We can only have a 25-man squad.
Yeah, but that's
already. So you've got to get rid of players to bring the players in. So if we can't get rid of the likes of Angus and Yarmolenko, who we want out the door, Lanzini will probably go. I mean, we sat here last year and we all slated Dawson. He turned out nearly being hammer of the year for most of us. So
there's a lot of players, like you said, right? There is a few players that need to go. From rumour has it, Yarmolenko wants out because he wants that bit older now. And he doesn't really suit the Premier League anymore, if I'm honest.
Go back to the Ukraine or whatever. You know what I mean?
There's moves.
You saw in his performance for the Ukraine, he's still got it in him, but the Premier League's a different kettle of fish.
Yeah, he's up for it. But what I want to know is, Moyes. There's been a lot of talk about Moyes wanting, a new recruitment team, wanting personnel in. That seems to have gone a bit quiet now because as much as signings, might take that sort of move we can be looking at now is actually bringing in the personnel that Moyes wants and needs to help him with the recruitment. So where's that? We're signing, this youngster and that, but why aren't we getting the personnel in?
Well, this is the thing. And again,
revamping that team.
Yeah, again with the youngsters, we've signed 3 youngsters. Since the transfer, since the end of the season, we brought 3 youngsters in, the guy from Reading, the guy from Chelsea, and now this one from Celtic. And maybe the one from Celtic is just more for the under-23s. Are we looking to boost them so that they are more competitive in the league and in the Papa John's?
There's going to be a few youngsters released. They're only coming in to replace them.
Yeah,
all youngsters
but also are they players who Moyes has got an interest in, who Moyes thinks, this could be a player to a season or two to step up. But you think he's gonna have he's gonna have a full pre-season working with Odebeku. You know, will we start seeing him integrated? He'll probably start in some of the friendlies that we've got in pre-season.
The only reason I'm worried, and the only reason I think a lot of people are worried, and like some people just jump the gun anyway, but don't recruit this summer and don't sign the right players and don't and an injury here and an injury there, and we say it every year, then it could be a fucking disaster.
Of course it could.
I mean, of epic proportions.
Of course it could, but we know that we could go and sign 4 or 5 signings and it still be an epic disaster.
Yeah, but Scott, I'll be more confident if they go out and sign what we need. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it all comes down to as you said, we didn't really recruit well in January, but we had our best season in a long time. Record Premier League points. Yeah. You know, broke all records.
Recruitment. I think the recruitment was good.
The Champions League. When at the start of the season last year, everyone was tipping us for relegation. Fans,
no, it's not that I don't think the recruitment was good, right? I think the recruitment was good, but we got left too thin. And that's in the end that cost us the Champions League. But we was.
I don't think that cost us the Champions League.
I think it did. I think a few more games with Antonio. But that's your opinion, and that's my opinion. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that we can't prove it, we can't disprove it. It's all subjective now anyway. But I think a couple of more players, like someone in midfield to play alongside Souček while Rice was out, someone up front, and it all seemed to happen at the same time, which was just bad luck on our part. And I think when you look at the record of the squad and the injuries and like where we get injuries and all of that sort of thing, we've been left too thin in the same places again. That's my opinion. And if you look at now, we had a fantastic season. I think the recruitment has been spot on. I'm not sort of slagging off the recruitment, but because the squad has been so depleted, because the squad's been left to just rot in certain places, because it's very unbalanced, I think, the squad. Even with Antonio, we didn't have a centre forward. Which
the only centre forward we had got handed out of the club.
Yeah, well, no, because he just wasn't good enough, right? He just wasn't good enough.
The problem is like you said, we're thin on the ground, right? We need to be smart in our recruitment. We can't rely on Antonio because he's too injury prone. We said towards once the season ended, next season we got to be looking. He doesn't start. If I'm honest, we need someone to come in who's better than him and better than him at doing the job that he needs to do. Because we can't Antonio. We can't rely on Antonio. We can't put all our eggs in one basket and pray that he doesn't get injured because his injury record's shocking.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Let's at least give him the recruitment team that he wants. Let's at least invest in that.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. But that's
get the personnel that he wants.
It's not the recruitment that worries me. It's the ability to get the deals over the line. And you know what I mean? We keep on getting told. We keep on getting told. Be patient. But the fuckers. We'll get to a week before the season and go, well, we tried. You know what I mean? We've heard it all before.
That's wait and see.
We'll wait and see. But don't then start having a go at me a week later when it fucking don't happen and I'm saying, I told you I'm fucking whinging. And you go, what are we doing about it now?
Nick, can I say,
I'm not going to have a go at you joining you at the end of the transfer when the transfer window shuts if we haven't signed well.
We will. Why are you get so angry, Nick? Because everyone has their opinions, but when people go, you start shouting and hollering and all that. Everyone's got their opinions, mate.
Yeah, I've got my opinion, but you're shouting and hollering at me as well.
Why are you shouting now, mate?
Because you're shouting at me.
I'm not shouting at you. I'm just
people talking over the top of me.
No, I'm just saying.
That's my opinion, and I've been proven right with my opinion. That's why I'm shouting and hollering, because I get upset because everyone keeps on shouting and hollering over me. My opinion has been proven right. When's your opinion been proven right? Well, it has.
But the thing is, my opinion been proven right about what?
Yeah, about the transfers.
What about it? We got Lingard in.
But you telling me last week, we'll just wait and see. I waited and see, and every fucking summer you say the same thing: wait and see. I wait and see, and nothing happens.
We spent 150 million,
and then you tell me to shut up.
Do you know what I mean? But we spent 150 million, and you thought we was going to finish above Spurs.
And so you thought we was going to finish fucking 6th in the same or 7th in the same season? You. And we didn't. We finished fucking
I said between
14th
10 and 8.
or
I
something.
think that's a bit more realistic. I think that's a bit more fucking realistic.
But at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day,
so what? If it weren't realistic, so what?
But at the end of the day, right?
You said at the time. Hold on, Scott. Hold on. Let me finish my fucking my say.
See what I mean?
You said at the same time,
mate.
No, let me answer because you've just fucking said something over me.
Go on then.
At the time when I said that sort of thing, you're having a go at me now saying, "Oh, it's not fucking realistic." You said at the time, and it's on fucking video. Yeah, it could happen. Could happen? Yeah. So there you go.
It's not impossible. But I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is we spent 150 million and we nearly got relegated. So you don't always take spending the big money. And I think
I'm not saying about spending big money.
Hang on. Let me talk. I think what David Moyes has proved is you don't have to spend the big money. Souček wasn't big money. Soufal wasn't big money. So you don't always have to spend big.
Who said about big money? Who's talking about big money? I'm talking about the right players in the right positions. Who the fuck's talking about big money?
Why do you keep swearing, mate? Why do you keep swearing? We're trying to have a conversation, mate.
I am having a conversation with you.
You're not. You're shouting.
But you're making points that I haven't fucking made points about.
Anyway, so...
hold on. Who said about big money? Who said about big money?
Right.
Who?
So that's
what I'm trying to say is that when we spent 150 million, we nearly got relegated. So it's about recruiting right. We spent that money and we didn't recruit right. We spent less and we brought in better players. But what I'm trying to say, you know what I mean? Just give them time. You know, just see what happens.
How much time?
Well, until the end of the transfer window.
We did the same thing. We did the same thing last time.
If you want to come on here week in, week out, and sit here every week and moan about it, then I'm not going to be part of Friday Night Pint no more. Because I'm not going to sit here.
I've got my opinion, Ryan. But I can say the same thing about you, Ryan.
What?
Yeah. What do you mean? Well, I can say the same thing because when it comes to the end of the transfer window, we ain't done the fucking business that we got to do, and you're telling me you basically tell me to shut up.
No, I don't. I just get behind what we've got. I said to you in January, yes, we need a striker, but we didn't get one.
Mate.
And as I said, we signed Jesse Lingard, who scored 9 goals and basically got us European football with his goals. Okay. You know, we could have got a striker and we couldn't have scored fuck all. We might have missed out on Jesse Lingard.
He could have scored 20 goals.
Every transfer is a gamble. No transfer is guaranteed. I remember you fucking loving Haller when we first got him. And that's on video as well.
I did love him.
Yeah,
I did
and
love
then
him.
you ended up hating him.
Yeah, because he didn't try.
That's what happens. You can't say he didn't try, mate.
He fucking didn't try, right? You can't
say he didn't try, mate. You can't say he didn't try.
Come on now.
All right, mate. All right. Well,
okay.
Well, can I just point something out?
I've seen other players.
No. I'm having my say.
Less than him.
I'm having my say now. Look, at the end of the day, like you both said, you both got an opinion. That's your opinions, right? It doesn't matter whether your opinion's right, whether your opinion's been proved right or proved wrong. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, we know the history that they've got. So I see where Nicky's coming from, and I see where Ryan's coming from. There's no point us sitting here now worrying about it until the transfer window shuts.
That's what I'm saying. So we're going to have 10 weeks.
But that's what it's
then. All right, what happens then if we go out next week, right? The window opens, we sign 6 players. And then we don't sign anyone else until the end of the transfer window.
We sign 6 players, then I won't start. I'll stop fucking moaning.
You're just gonna have it the same. Oh, I wish we signed. Aston Villa have signed this. Norwich have signed that. What have they signed?
But that's it. But the thing is, you can see many a time. You saw Villa. Villa went out. When they got promoted, signed nigh on a whole new team.
Well, Fulham went out and spent 120 million and got relegated.
Exactly, and that's what you've got to look at. At the end of the day, look, I get where Nicky's coming from in what he's saying, but I get where you're coming from, right? There's no point us dwelling on the fact that the transfer window is getting closer and closer and shutting and all that. At the end of the day, we have to rely on Moyes. We know the history of what Sullivan does, and that's where Nicky's hesitation in trusting anyone he's coming from. And look, we all understand that because we all feel the same. But at the end of the day, it is we can't do anything.
You lot must sit here and think I'm not fucking frustrated with it.
No, I'm not saying that.
The difference with me is that when that transfer window's shut and I know that nothing else can happen, I can just get on with the rest of the season and get behind the boys.
Do you know what? I think that's the problem. I think that's what Nicky's issue is Nicky's problem is that if he can't moan about it during the window and we have to wait and see what happens, and then the window closes and then there's no point moaning about it, we might as well get on with it. When can you moan about it? I think that's Steve's point. And
listen, I agree. You moan when the window shuts, but you don't do it for the rest of the season. We were still talking about Haller 3 months after we sold him. Just get on with what you got. And, there's always that,
but I ain't the manager. I'm a fan.
Exactly, and so am I, mate. And what I'm trying to say is that we can sit here and say about injuries, but any player can get injured. We can go and spend 60 million on a striker and he can break his fucking leg and he's out for the season.
But then you can't say they didn't try.
No. Exactly, but that's it. You look at Faubert. All them years ago when we signed him, he come in as a hot prospect, one of the fastest players, one of the fastest footballers. Got injured in pre-season, just massively declined.
Red, man, what the fuck is going on?
Turn your auto white balance off.
It's just one of them things. That's the gamble, as we said before. We could go and sign with Haller. Look at Haller's record when he came into the club was fantastic. It just didn't work out. He weren't the right player. He weren't the right player to fit the manager. It's one of them things.
We broke record on Anderson.
Exactly.
It didn't work out.
That's it.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't care about money. I've always said it don't matter about the money.
You do obviously care about money because you say that they don't spend money, which I agree on. They don't spend the money. Yeah, which I just said I don't agree on. But sometimes you don't always have to spend big. Soufal, peanuts. Souček, peanuts. Bowen, what was he? 18 million. And they've been our three most consistent players.
Yeah, exactly.
What I'm trying to say, you sit there every day. You're on social media. You see same accounts fucking slagging the club off because we haven't signed anyone because it's fucking the 25th of fucking June.
In my opinion, mate, the club deserved to be slagged off. Yeah. The club deserved to be slagged off.
What, after last season?
I think that's down to Moyes. I don't think that.
Oh no! Listen, I'm not giving no praise to Sullivan and Gold about last season. It was all down to David Moyes, the players, and the backroom staff. I'm not saying that, but you can't sit there and say we've got to slag the club off because you slag the owners off, yes, but not the manager and the team.
Well, I think that's.
I'm not slagging the manager and the team.
Yeah,
I think that's from the very beginning.
Yeah, that's where the lines are getting a bit blurred. But it's not. Look, at the end of the day, as we said. I had this conversation with Graham the other day. When you look at the way the board are, the board will sit there and say, we finished where we finished because of us. It was us that appointed Moyes. It was us that gave Moyes the money. We finished where we finished because Moyes took what we had and made the best of it and then got the opportunity to add to it.
They didn't really, if you look at it, they didn't really back him when you look at, it's not about spend, but look at Eze. Was one of his main targets. He ended up at Crystal Palace. So what fans want to see this summer now at Europe is to back him. We don't want to be in last time where he has to make do with what he's got and make the best of it. No, give him something where he can really thrive and we can have a good European Cup.
Also, and one thing I will say is that David Moyes did actually come out and say that he turned down strikers that were offered to him because they weren't the strikers he wanted.
Exactly. But that's what happened with Bilic as well. He was offered and it's like, well, no, I don't want that. I want this is my target. And then that's what he said. They offer you this one you don't want, and then as soon as you say, no, I want this guy, you don't get no one. And that's what Bilic said. What happens? So that's what happened.
But that's it. But this is the whole reason why.
If we're so desperate for a striker, Dan, you take one just to have him on the bench.
But this is why Moyes didn't end up with a Wellington Pallister. A player that the manager had never heard of until Sullivan brings him through the door because Moyes turned around and said, I'm in charge, not you. I'm in charge. Yeah. I get the players I want. I don't want your South American players who you bring in who you think are fantastic because your son plays Championship Manager or FIFA. Yeah. I want the players who I've seen. That's it.
Because the problem is you end up with these players stuck on your wage books. Then you can't go out and sign the players you want because you've got players you can't shift on.
Which is going to be key. Look, we've recouped a lot of money over the past season, 2 seasons on wages and transfers, right? We've not overspent. We've saved a hell of a lot on wages with the players we've let go. If we see Yarmolenko, Anderson, Lanzini go out the door, they're 3 of the bigger earners at the football club. So not only does that free up a bit of money transfer-wise, that frees up a hell of a lot of wages as well. So
even
you've got
Big Sam said it, didn't he? You get these gifts,
and this is what I'm saying. As we go back to, give it a little bit of time. Let's see what happens when the window shuts. If we haven't done the good business by the time the window shuts, let them have it.
I tell you what, I've been completely numb to the transfer window. I get more numb every day because we just see all of these news and stories, and I'm just
that's why I can't be bothered to do transfer videos, because the same people sit there every day doing the same transfer videos, talking about players they don't even know nothing about, just to get content out there. All these players we're getting linked with, every player that is named West Ham get linked with them, and then people act like they know them and they've been watching them for years, and they don't go fuck all about them. But it's just because it's a name, and then when these other players go to another club, they blame the board for not getting them, when 2 weeks ago they didn't even know who they were. So
it's a bit like with when Harry Redknapp was at Spurs. We'd be interested in a player, and then a week later, Harry Redknapp would be interested in the same player at Tottenham. It's just it's lazy journalism from people. They just pick up, and as we know, agents getting the ear rolls of journalists, agents getting the ear rolls of people, and go, oh look, West Ham are interested in this player. Just to either get their player...
Everything this club does, even when it's positive, can turn into a negative with our fan base. David Moyes reappointed. Everyone, most people were against him. There's probably about 5%, and I was probably one of them 5% that backed David Moyes. And look what happened. Yeah. I got cunted when we lost to Sheffield United away. I got cunted. And look what happened.
I think
season under David Moyes, we had a great season, broke records, and we finished in Europe.
Yeah,
because people haven't got patience anymore. They want instant. West Ham are not that sort of club.
Right.
I don't think it's the fans.
You can't accuse West Ham fans of wanting instant nothing. Because we ain't won a trophy for 30 fucking years.
I can accuse the fucking social media fans of wanting it.
Yeah, but they don't.
100%. Me as a fan, I don't expect much from West Ham, mate. I've been supporting them fucking all my life. We've been going home and away for fucking since we was kids. So I know. I don't expect much from West Ham. In my lifetime would be I'll go to the grave and happy man. But people on social media.
Right, I think they've again. Like, we're going to go round in circles again, and like, yeah, if you don't want to hear it, just stop me. Like, but at the moment, position we're in. Okay, that's fine.
Let's be honest, right? Us as West Ham fans,
the position we're in, is a little bit down to them. Of course it is, because
of course it's their
when we was at the Boleyn, and when they wanted us to move over to Stratford, they turned around and said, yeah, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, and all that. And people were getting, you can't accuse people of being impatient. They are the ones that sort of said these things were going to happen, sort of instantly. Like, this is what the stadium's going to bring to us. Yeah, we're 6 years down the line now, and we can't outspend Crystal Palace.
But the thing is, from a business point of view, when they bought the club if they sold it next week as a business...
but that's a business.
This is what it is for them, mate. It's a business.
But we don't care about that as fans. We don't give a shit about whether they
make it. Of course we don't. But at the end of the day, it's a business. But Dan, if you run the club, you'd care about it as a business.
Yeah, no, but I'd care about it as a business in terms of the club being healthy and sustainable, but not in terms of me making a profit.
Which the club is.
No, but what I'm saying, well, we still owe them loads of money, apparently.
This is what I'm saying. At the nub of it, they're the ones that promised it. They're the ones that promised instant success. They're the ones that said that's what's going to happen when we move to the stadium. They're the ones that said we're going to be spending up there with the likes of, Manchester United and Manchester City and all that. They said that, not us. We didn't ask for that.
Yeah, and I know, mate. They said the wrong things. They said the wrong things. Well, they probably regret a lot of the things they've done and said. And I'm not sticking up for them because I hate them as much as you.
Just leave.
Yeah. But they're not just going to leave, are they?
Well,
they're not just going to get up and go, oh, fuck this, and walk off, and then
As I've said all along,
play the alt music when they're walking away.
It's like if I bought a car and I thought I don't like it no more. I'm not just going to walk off and leave it. You know, you sell it, didn't you?
Yeah. As I've said all along, them two are going absolutely nowhere until they're ready to go. And that's what it is. The whole of the ground could stand outside and protest. They are going nowhere until they're good and ready. So we're stuck with them.
No, I think they've had. I think that, to be honest with you, if COVID hadn't hit, I think they would have been out by now.
No,
I do.
They're there until we get that stadium. Guarantee it. The season after we get that stadium, they are gone.
Well, fucking hurry up and get it already. Jeez,
I think what they've been through the last few years, I think it's proven that they don't really give a shit what us fans think. To be fair, they don't even have to go to games. They could still own the club and sit at home and watch
like Cronky.
It is where it is, but we all want them out, and hopefully within the next couple of years.
But that's why I think that it's important for us to make a noise about it.
But that's it, and
I'm not just going to shut up.
No,
that's what I'm saying. If we just shut up, then they get away with it. Then they just sit there scot-free.
But no. This is the thing. Nobody's saying let's shut up. What we're saying is that we need to time it right. We need to be complaining at the right time.
Yeah, if we go back there next season and everyone protests, West Ham are doing well. Who's going to look like the idiots? Who's going to get the blame? And that's exactly what they want.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying that people shouldn't protest and get them out because I'm all for that. But the thing is, it's like if we're doing well, it's.
But I think the time to really make your voice heard is when we are doing right, because we've got all of this when we are doing well, because we've got all of these people saying you're only pissed off because you're shit, and you're only pissed off because you're not playing well, and you're only pissed off because of this, and you're only pissed off because of that. No, like last season, unfortunately, fans weren't there, right? So what did they do? The first thing they said, you know why they're doing well? Because the fans ain't there. That's a load of bollocks. Yeah, that's a load of absolute bollocks.
But
this is what I'm saying. So if we go back and we fucking, God forbid, we found ourselves in fucking first, second, or third place again, like we did last season, then it's the time to hit them, because then the press start to look. Why are they unhappy?
The media
don't listen to us.
The media said that, and I bet you in that West Ham squad, there's a lot of players that thought that as well, that they was doing well because the fans weren't there.
That's the only worry if we start protesting and things go wrong, is we just give them pricks ammunition who do say that. But that is my worry. It's a very precarious situation for the protests.
Yeah, if we lose our first 4 games next season, people start protesting. What's the first thing they're going to say? Oh, look,
it's the fans. Exactly.
The reason why West Ham are doing bad is because the fans are protesting.
Yeah, and this is the thing, is that this is why the protest needs to be kept out of the ground. Because it's the only way you can show the players and the coaching staff that we're 100% behind them. We need to protest, keep it outside.
Yeah, the thing is, David Moyes knows that. I'm sure the players know it. Of course, the fans are behind them. We've all sat behind our screens watching them for the last year, cheering them on as much as we can. The thing with the board is, as Scott said, they're not going to go anywhere anytime soon. So, as I said, they can sit that.
They're not.
Why can't I say
you
that?
can't say, but you can't, because nobody knows. Because nobody knows. You could wake up tomorrow, they could be gone.
Listen, I know.
No one knows where they're going or what their intentions are.
I know. I see how they work. West Ham was a business opportunity to buy them when they were in the shit, earn loads of money off the back of the club, telling us that they love the club and they want to do best for the club, and that's all they're going to do. The day we get that stadium,
I'll go back to what I said a little while ago. As fans, leaving the Boleyn, which, let's be honest, when we was linked with London, there weren't many protests to stop us going there because we bought into their lies and their dreams, right? Maybe we should have done more as fans to stop the move, but we can't go back. But when you look at it as a business point of view, have they left the club in a better position than when they picked it up? Of course they have. Well,
I think
that's hang on. No. Yeah, as fans, but as a businessman, Nick, You got a 60,000 seater stadium.
But have they? What have they done?
Well, they've got a 60,000 seater stadium.
But that ain't theirs.
We're one of the top 20 richest clubs in the world. I know this is what you don't want to hear, mate. But as a business,
I don't mind hearing it, mate. But I don't understand. I don't understand all this nonsense. Is they've left it in a better position? We're in the same amount of debt. We've had a good season, but the rest have been absolutely dire. We had a home and a property and somewhere to something that we own, and now we haven't. We're renting somewhere. I don't see where they've left it in a better position, if I'm honest.
Well, from a business point of view and what they generate in revenue, they have. You can't sit there and say we haven't, because as you said, we're renting, so they're getting the money through that. They're paying fuck all for the stadium, so financially they are better off. So as a business, they are.
That's what they say. They say that we're better.
Of course they are, mate.
Are we just better off though because football has grown though? It's a progression of football. Every club really is better off than they were 10 years ago. There's more money in the game. There's more money in football now, so it's by default, really.
Yeah, it's not only that. Like when you look at the whole scenario around the London Stadium, you're now getting 60 odd thousand tickets sold for a match day. Yeah, you're earning that 60 odd thousand, whatever it is per, for the people paying it. You're earning that over the course of the season. Then you're forking out £5 million in rent for the season.
There you go.
There isn't
52,000 season tickets holders paid up front. Most of them.
I would not. You would not find any owner of any football club in this country, if someone turned around and said to him, you can have a 60,000.
Mark's saying, Ryan, the ball are better off, not the club. That's exactly what I said. Yeah. As a businessman, you're better off.
But name me one football club chairman that if they weren't offered that deal, wouldn't have took it. Every single one of them would have bit their hands off for that deal because you're pocketing so much more money. And that's the thing.
It doesn't make it right.
I'm not saying it makes it right.
But that doesn't make the club in any better of a position. You said at a club in a better position.
Business-wise, it does.
Exactly. This is what I'm trying to say. That's not. And that's what it comes down to. It's a business to them.
I don't think West Ham United are any better off. West Ham PLC are. So
that's exactly, and that's what it is.
And that's what we're trying to say. As fans, we know that.
Yeah,
but
I don't support West Ham United PLC. I support West Ham United Football Club.
See, but the problem is
we all do, mate.
The issue that we should have,
but we don't care about the.
But that's it. But the thing is, the problem is, Dan, is that when West Ham PLC is better off,
for 5 years,
West Ham Football Club should be better off. The two should coincide. Do you know what I mean? But at the moment, you've got the PLCs here, the football clubs here.
But why what I don't get is why is that something that we should mention? Is the club are doing well as a business when we're talking about the football side?
Well, because because we're always happy to talk about the negatives. So as a business, they are doing
positive for us. That's a positive for them. We only care about what's positive for us.
So that's what I'm trying to say. And you can rewind back 10 minutes of this video, and that's what I said. As a business, as businessmen, they're better off.
Yeah,
but you said as a club we're better off. We're not better off as a club.
No, I said when they bought the club to if they sold it, they're better off. What they pay for the club?
No, you said we're better off. We're not better off.
I didn't say we're better off. I said for them, they would look at it as they're better off. Because financially,
I think you said
bought
the club
for 80 million.
I don't think the club
they bought the club for 80 million. They probably sell the club for 500 million. In what? How long they had the club? 11 years. It's not a bad profit.
No, exactly.
Good for them, but not good for us. Like really. No, I know you're not saying that, but I'm saying that. Why does it? But I'm saying then that's good for them. But when we're debating about the owners and what they've done and what they've put in, that's neither here nor there. They're benefiting themselves. What we care about is, like I said, that they haven't left us in a better position on the pitch. Really, like
if they left next week, they have.
Yeah,
but we've always been up and down. Like
exactly. We've always been an up and down club. Under many owners, under many managers, but we've always been up and down.
Yeah, but we didn't leave the ground to our ground to be the same club up and down.
But the ambition was there to move to the new stadium and take us up the league and be a top 5, top 6 contender every
the ambition. That's what they wanted you to believe. The ambition was. The ambition is to make themselves more money. There is no more ambition than that. But we all bought into it. Yeah, you're right.
No one. 2 people protested outside Upton Park. Everyone couldn't wait to get over the London Stadium.
But then do you make your position untenable? Because you're just blatantly telling lies.
Yeah, of course, and that's the biggest problem, and that's what it all falls back on, the amount of lies that we've been told. That's the thing. This is Sakos I brought up with Graham. They've got an opportunity this season to show.
Chris, I agree, mate. I've been saying this for fucking how many months? It gets boring. This is what I'm saying. You get into the talk about a transfer. We're starting to show off so positive. England, Germany, talking about Friday night pint, then bang, we get onto transfers and look what happens. It's what I'm saying. It always leads back to this.
Yeah. And it will lead back to this until they fucking change. So.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying.
But what? There's nothing more to say. They're not changing the way they're doing things. That's why we go around the circle.
Is that even if they do get all the signings in, people will still moan about things. Moan about we didn't get this player. We think
that's every fan base over. You're talking about us like we're an anomaly. You're talking about Twitter. Fuck Twitter. To switch Twitter off. Switch it off because it doesn't reflect everyone else. You're talking about Twitter. You look at every fan base on Twitter. You get Man City fans whinging. You get Liverpool fans whinging. You get fucking Man United fans whinging. Don't worry about them.
I'm not worried about them. I'm not worried about them.
Because we got
it's not a barometer for the fan base. They don't represent the
Superstar, great show, gents. Good, healthy, lively debate, different opinions expressed, and that's the thing. Look,
that's what it's all about.
People sit there and say, we've stop arguing and all that. The one thing that with us, with all 5 of us when Graham's here, we can have a debate like this. We don't hold it against each other when we have a debate. This is what mates do. Yeah, we can have a debate. It can be lively. You look at it. People get pissed off with each other. We're still mates, and that's what it'll be. We'll still be back here next week, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, always. No,
the thing is, I don't get pissed off, Scott. I'm happy to have debates. I'll debate all day long. It don't bother me. I just get bored of it.
Yeah, I
just get bored of it. It's like when.
Yeah, but I don't get bored of it.
Yeah, but that's the thing, mate. We've got the Euros, at the moment.
Fuck the Euros. I don't care
but
about
we're sitting here and we're talking about fucking strikers that we should have signed in January. The season's over now. What's happened. Put it this way: we've finished off that season a lot better than any one of us thought.
Hold on a minute. We're not talking about what happened and what was meant to happen. That was all part of a conversation. Is I don't trust them to do their business. And that's what I'm saying. And you asked me why I don't trust them, and like you can't win, you don't know what's going to happen. And I just went back to what happened the last time, and the time before that, and the time before that. That's all I'm saying, and that's all I'm saying. And
so as my old man likes to tell me, we'll draw a line under that and move on. So I wanted to bring this up, but someone's beat me to it. Lads, what do you make of the names offered to be voted for the new statue outside the ground? Now, this popped up on my email. I don't know whether you guys have seen it yet. They're going to do they're building another trophy to commemorate the 65 Cup Winners' Cup.
A statue.
Yeah, another statue for the 65 Cup Winners' Cup win. The names that they're asking for this stadium, for this statue, are absolutely ridiculous.
Go on in.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Don't leave us in suspense, Scott.
Oh, I've got to find them now, sorry.
For fuck's sake. I thought you'd be prepared.
I thought you had them at hand.
I thought you had a print out and everything. Like, what's going on?
I only remembered about this.
Have you heard about this, Ryan?
I've not. I heard nothing about this.
You haven't seen it?
So we ain't got to ask us anything, have we? Now we have to hit
well, hold on.
I'm trying to.
Here we go. Right. So
watch out for this tornado.
The name it's gone now, Dan. Don't worry. The names that they've asked. These are the 5 names that are shortlisted for your vote. West Ham United's European champions. West Ham United's 1965 ECWC winners. West Ham United champions, our greatest champions, West Ham United legendary sons. That's the 5 names. Now, you can't have European champions because that implies we won the European Cup. We didn't.
Yeah.
The West Ham United's 1965 ECWC winners. Well, why couldn't they just abbreviate that to much shorter? Because they're far too long.
That's just the information.
Yeah, West Ham United champions. Well, what about
not the champions?
FA Cup winners?
Yeah.
Our greatest champions. What's he saying that Hurst, Moore, and Peters were better than Brooking?
Yeah, but I think they mean that's like, I don't know. I mean, that is. Would you say that cup, Winners' Cup, is bigger than the FA Cup, being a European?
Oh yeah, I would say
it's our first European trophy. But I thought you could have come up with a few better names shortlisted for.
What would you have come up with?
Now, go.
Irons. But this is what I'm saying. There's got to be something better out there than what they've come up with. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. To be fair,
European hammers. I don't know.
To be fair, I don't really look at the names of statues. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't really look at the name. I just look at the statue. I just that's the boys that won. I don't look at the 66 one outside the Boleyn and go, that one's called the boys of 66. I just think it's a statue. I don't really pay attention. So in that, I just West Ham United East European Cup Winners' Cup champions.
Unless they're going to have a big plaque on it, it don't matter, does it? Unless they're going to have a big sign that says.
They don't.
But why not just have something along the lines of 65 cup winners?
Yeah, cup winners, cup winners.
Yeah,
winners, cup winners. Is that?
Yeah,
cup winners, cup winners, cup winners, cup. Yeah,
cup winners, cup winners. Yeah, yeah.
But then they'll think that Johnny 2 times wrote it.
But yeah, no. So I need to address this because I'm very curious. By the way, Matt says, "Hey Dan, you got a good-looking neighbour. Who's my neighbour? Are you my neighbour? Is Matt Powell my neighbour? I'm not saying that he's good-looking or not good-looking, but I'm assuming he's talking about himself and he's saying he's good-looking. But I'm not saying he is or he is. I'm talking myself into twisting myself up. But who's my neighbour? Very interesting.
Right, we're gonna move on to Ask Us Anything.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a Quicks one though.
It's Quicks it up. Don't ask about the transfers on the board. Could you imagine? We just get loads of questions scanned. Oh, bloody hell! Yeah. So Dan's Iron Curtains. I like that. Iron Curtain. Wasn't that the? Was that right? Something to do with Russia in their Iron Curtain with the Soviets? Curtains. Who's your player of the Euros so far? Oh, do you know what? Oh, I'm going to sound so biased, but I've really liked watching Soufal. I think he's been brilliant. I've got to shout him out because I think he's just picked up where he left off, isn't he? Really, I think he's been so good.
He looked good. He has looked good. It's hard to pick out one.
There was it Italy? You got what's his name? Locatelli.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's been
Lukaku. I think
has been amazing. Do you know? I think it's been really good. Gini Wijnaldum. I think he's been brilliant.
Yeah, he's stepped up massively for them, the Dutch, hasn't he?
Yeah. I think him, Pogba. I think has been really good for France. Paul Pogba. Renato Sanchez for Portugal. Yeah, it's hard to really pick one, but there's been some really good players there. JC £5 super chat. Would you rather play Twister naked with David Gold or give up your season ticket? Question credit David naked Twister with David Gold.
I'm not playing naked Twister with David Gold. All these old saggy balls in your face. I'll just give up my season ticket. I'll watch it at home. It's no problem.
Yeah, that's a but. You know, what if we got to the Champions League? You know what I mean? You have a chance to watch West Ham in the Champions League. What are you going to do? It guarantees you a ticket if we make it to the final. You're going to have them balls in your face and we can go to West Ham in the Champions League final.
Oh. I'm playing naked Twister. He'd collapse after this first spin, wouldn't he?
Oh yeah, that's true.
What happens if he don't? What happens if he's like all ambidextrous?
What happens if he collapses on your face? Then what are you going to do?
Stuff, isn't it? It's just one of them things, you know. But
it's stuff.
Yeah, I'm not giving up my season ticket.
It's stuffed by David Gold.
Right, what you thinking?
I'd play naked fucking Twister.
Left hand blue, right foot yellow.
Right, this is an unusual one. You wind up in hell after you die. When you arrive, Satan informs you that it's just a regular life, but you have to pick one minor inconvenience to plague you for your eternity. What do you pick?
A minor inconvenience.
I'll be honest, I don't even fucking understand that question. So
maybe mid joints pull up when it gets a bit cold or something. You know, you're like, oh, it's cold. Mid joints are playing up. I don't know. Or I have to listen to Oasis once a year. That's minor inconvenience.
The washing up.
Washing up.
I always see that as a minor inconvenience.
It sometimes find it relaxing. I put a video on my phone on YouTube and just be like, what's that up? You know. So
Amos Mikey said he used to work in a twister mat factory. Yeah, that's true.
Bloody hell, that's bloody hell. A twister. So not a twister. Was it just for the mats, or did you make the board with the arrow?
No, I reckon the mats are made in a different place, mate. It's all different materials.
He's just very specific. Oh, we got a message from Miss Amoret. Nicky, please, can I message you about what you offered me? Didn't want to bother you because I know you've been busy.
Yeah, of course you can. Of course you can, yeah.
Yeah, message anytime. I'm very interested to know. Some of the people said barking in Meltdown bad or what? Like, I'm on the border of barking and Dagenham, and I see someone who lives pretty much like on the other side of the park to me, and they're showing like brick walls are all fucking all over the place. Cars are moved around. So after this, once I go, I'm going to take a walk and see what the bloody hell's happened. Yeah,
it was a proper tornado. It weren't like just a little thing. It was a proper tornado. There's videos on the net now. Apparently.
Yeah,
I'm trying to hold on.
Yeah, so you haven't mentioned about Sancho close to joining United. I mean, it's not really something we
not top of my priority list, if I'm honest.
Yeah, but apparently he's. But no, we did mention it earlier. We said that if he does go, he'll probably more likely get picked for England if he does go to Man United. You know, because I doubt Southgate
been picked for England.
Dortmund games. No, I mean when I say
okay. I got a question. Right.
Put it in the chat.
This is for free. Yeah. All right, I'll put it in the chat then. I got a question. If Southgate doesn't win this tournament, how many tournaments has he got left?
0. Get him out. 0, man.
But how can you say that? Got to the World Cup semi-final.
I think it all depends on the way we bow out.
Yeah, it's a big.
It's all on how we bow out.
About that. If we get to the final and we have a really good spirited performance and we really push it to the limit, we have a good showing, then you can give an argument of and the World Cup's next year anyway, so you go, do you know what, we go again. But like I said earlier, if you're gonna play this type of football, it needs to be winning football, you know.
And that's the thing, you know. It's, you know, if we could put in a performance of our lives against Germany and lose it 1-0. So, you know, do we sack him then? It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
It depends.
The question is who do you get in?
Well, that's Phil Brown's question.
Who said Phil Brown?
I feel that the only way that this team can succeed, unfortunately, would be under a foreign manager to get the best out of these players, the way we play. And it's a shame because there are some great English coaches out there. I mean, people mention Frank Lampard. I don't think Frank Lampard's ready yet. People mention Eddie Howe. I don't know why Eddie Howe's name keeps coming up.
But I mean, what did Gareth Southgate was like that, wasn't it? It was just that, and like he didn't really have a good managerial pedigree, did he?
Yeah, but you got to remember Southgate was cut. He had his.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, he had a bit of it in Miss Club one, but he done well with the under-21s, didn't he, for England? So it was sort of a progression up.
I mean,
yeah, but that's like if we got rid of Moyes, we want the youth.
There's
manager.
a few people there saying about Steven Gerrard, and yeah, I could see that. I mean, he won't be a bad shout because I think that he'd get the respect to the players, and like Lampard will. But I think them two need to have a few more years in club football. I think we just might have to revert back to a young foreign manager, not so much young, but someone that's done it abroad, just to get the best out of these players. Because I think technically, we've got some good players. And I just think that if you bring in another British coach, they just play. The thing is with British coaches, they're too defensive sometimes. I mean, Gareth Southgate's got the best crop of youngsters we've had for a very long time. And I think whatever happens after this tournament, if we don't win it, I think he will go. Because he's been in the job for nearly, 5-6 years now? It's a long time.
Yeah. I think with the fact that the World Cup is literally a year and a half away. It's not 2 full years. I
mean,
it's not even that, is it?
Yeah,
it's just over a year.
I want a manager that's won trophies. I want a winning manager. This is supposed to be like the biggest job in the country. We need to start hiring big managers. Like,
but really, would you not rather have, instead of going for a manager that's won a lot of trophies club level, would you not want to go for a manager that's cut it at international level?
We've done that with Capello, and it didn't really work out, did it? I mean, I'd like to see someone, I think a Pochettino would be good for England. I really do. I think he'd be a good shout. People are saying Mourinho. I know a lot of people don't like Mourinho, but with these youngsters, he might be a decent shout. But I don't know. It's a difficult one because
the thing with Mourinho is that he's, as much as he's got that negative style and stuff like that, he's a winner. He wins trophies. He's been there, done it, and sometimes maybe having a job like England where he's not with the players every day may suit him a bit better.
Yeah, I just think we might have to revert, unfortunately, to a foreign coach to get the best out of these players. And it's a shame because there are some really talented English coaches out there. I just don't think they're. I mean, as I said, people going about Eddie Howe. Yeah, he done a good job at Bournemouth, but when he had that opportunity to take that step up and go Burnley, he ended back up at Bournemouth a year later because he just couldn't. And he's not in a job now. There's not teams crying out for an Eddie Howe, so he'll probably end up somewhere. But the England job is a massive, massive job.
Yeah, huge. And as Ahmed says, would you rather England win the World Cup or West Ham win the Champions League? It's not even close for me. Not even close. West Ham to win the Champions League.
No, either or. I don't give a shit.
What?
To be honest.
What?
I said either or. Either I do.
I give a shit. No, Scott?
I'm with Nicky. I'd have either.
Really? No, but he's saying, like, would you, if you had to pick, put a gun to your head?
Gun to me head. If you put gun to me head, I'd say West Ham winning the Champions League.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I'd take either of them.
Yeah, I'd love to see England lift the World Cup. Would love to see England lift the World Cup.
Right, what do you think?
Yeah, West Ham winning the Champions League for me, but I'm the same. Like, I'd love to see England win a tournament, but I want to see West Ham win a trophy more because I haven't seen. If West Ham had already won trophies, then yeah, I'd say England all day long.
Yeah, and can you imagine what that would do for West Ham if we and where it would propel up? I dream about it on a regular basis, honestly.
Would you rather West Ham win the Premier League and get relegated, or spend 10 seasons in Premiership, or forever finish for one place behind Spurs?
West Ham win the Premier League.
Win the Premier League.
Yeah, win the Premier League all day long.
Spending time in the Championship don't scare me. Like, a lot of people think that, football begins and ends in the Premier League. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like to see it happen, obviously, but I'm not that worried about it because it is what it is. I'd support my club if they was in League 1, 2, 3, 4, fucking whatever.
Right, this one. Sorry.
So yeah, I'd take the Premier League trophy, having that sort of season, because spending 10 seasons in the Championship is like, yeah, it piss you off, but it's not the be all and end all. Life doesn't.
Yeah. Forever finish one place behind Tottenham. That means forever not win.
Yeah, you're never going to win the Premier League. Yeah.
That means we could finish like Tottenham could win it every year, and we finish second, which would mean nothing because Tottenham would be able to be like, we won the Premier League, you finished behind us. Yeah, like imagine witnessing West Ham win the Premier League, and we're in the Championship, but we'll always have those memories. We'd always be able to say to Spurs won't be able to say they won the Premier League. We will. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. This is if you could quantum leap and be any footballer in any match ever, who would you be and what match would it be?
Wow, that's a very interesting question.
I would be Harry Kane in the semi-final of the World Cup and square it. That's the God's truth, because I think if he squares that ball, and I'm not just blaming Harry Kane.
Because Sterling would have been offside.
No, he meant people are talking about. He's talking about the World Cup.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sterling would have been offside.
No, he could have took another step.
He would have been offside. He was in front of the ball.
Yeah, I'll be honest. If Kane squares it, Sterling probably misses.
But just to see, there was no VAR then, so they might give it.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
He was still in the bet. Like Kane didn't know he was offside.
No, I don't really blame Harry Kane. It is what it is. He took the shot on, players to make that decisions. But if you just asked me if I was in that position, if I could quantum leap, and I know what's going to happen, and I know the outcome, and I could quantum leap and go back into his body just to square it, it might be given offside. It might be the same outcome, but just to see.
If I would quantum leap and be Bobby Moore in the '66 World Cup final when I ping that long ball to Jeff Hurst and then lift the World Cup.
Yeah, but you might have fucked it. You might fuck it. He says, imagine he quantum leaps back and then we don't win it.
I ping balls for fun with my left foot and I'm right-footed, mate. I want to fuck that up. Don't worry about that.
Could you
imagine? In fact, I would have hit it further and made Jeff Hurst have less fucking pressure.
Could you imagine though if you was in quantum leap and you went back right and then you had to do that and you did fuck it, you'd feel like shit, wouldn't you? Like
I wouldn't because it was last minute and we was 3-2 up anyway, so we still would have won.
Oh, fair enough.
This is a good one. Hang on.
Oh yeah, go on. Sorry, yeah, go on.
Yeah, that's a good one. Gazza in the Euro '96 golden goal. Southgate, obviously, you could go back and be Southgate, couldn't you?
Yeah, Southgate.
Many on my Yimney in the League Cup semi-final. You turn around and go, "No, I've already played for."
No, I probably would have been Marlon Airwood in the FA Cup final. I'd have lifted my leg a little bit higher and tapped it in to put us.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Fucking that's it. That FA Cup final,
or I'd have been fucking Scaloni and cleared it out of the Millennium Stadium.
Yeah, that's true, mate. That's the one. Put it into Rose Ed.
No, that's it.
I suppose from an English point of view and a West Ham point of view, even like Ryan said, being more in the final, lifting the World Cup. That's got to be the greatest achievement any West Ham player.
The thing is, I mean, will England win a World Cup in our lifetime? I don't know, because there's so many great teams. But just to be around in that 60, it's like even when I done the Redknapp interview and I listened and we went away with Brian Deere and things like that. And when you hear these players talk about Bobby Moore, to have been there at that time and what he means to not only the football club, to West Ham, to England as well. He's the only man to ever lift the World Cup for this country.
That's what I mean.
And he will forever be remembered. Long after we've all gone, it'll always be remembered. And when I hear people talking about him, I love watching documentaries on him because he seemed like the perfect gentleman. People turn around and say he wasn't the greatest football player. Okay, skill-wise, he probably wouldn't have been. But the best defender ever, he's definitely up there, 100%.
Yeah, I might quantum leap into Pie sign a 10-year deal, divorce his wife, And just commit to the club.
That don't mean jack shit. It's not a fucking 50-year deal.
All right, shit on my quantum leap. Why?
Matt Powell said, "Yeah, he jumped in.
Do you want to fight? Do you want to start?
He jumped into Steven Gerrard and make him miss the shot in the cup final.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, you know what? That's a great one. Steven Gerrard. Yeah, quantum leap into him. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones in it. I love quantum leap.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm with Ryan. I'd jump into Bobby Moore and lift that World Cup.
Yeah.
Are we finished?
I just could imagine being around in them days, what it was like to, as a fan, just to turn up and watch them players. You know,
we done post-match point 66. Don't you remember? It was there, mate.
We talk about these players and we have pictures on our wall of these players, and we never got to see them play, but we know, and this is what I was saying on the Harry Redknapp interview, I think it's important that every generation needs to learn about the ones that have passed and gone, and realise that West Ham won't be a football club, like, not about owners and that, it's these players that, you know, and, you know, I wish, obviously I don't wish I was around in them days because I'll probably be a lot older now, but I wish in a way, I wish I could, because to witness that day at Wembley in 1966 would have been unbelievable. And not only that, you know, the 64 FA Cup final, the Cup Winners' Cup, you know, it's mad. And yeah, I'd love to have been around in them days just to.
I think what it boils down to, mate, and with the greatest of respects, is I think that it's pre-Premier League, because every team had a chance to do something. Like, you look at the teams that have won things pre-Premier League and pre-sort of money and pre-Sky and all of that sort of thing. You know, you had the likes of, like, fucking Ipswich going to win the European Cup, and, you know, Derby and Nottingham Forest and teams like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I don't think it's so much, you know, we had a purple patch in the 70s. I think if that had still been the same today, I'm sure we would have won trophies. I'm sure of it.
I think if you look around all the old clubs, went like Forest, Ipswich, West Ham, Everton, they was all local lads.
Yeah,
they was all mates, and the difference is back then. I know the money weren't around, but I mean, if you go back to any of these players and said, "Would you swap your era for this era?" Apart from money, they would never swap it.
No,
never swap it.
Definitely not.
And I'm jealous of people that have seen the likes of Moore, Hurst, Peters, all them heroes, Brooking, you know, being at them finals, and that's why, like, you live for cup finals, and you know, hopefully next season. I mean, we say this every pre-season, let's have a good run in the cup, but I just hope one day, like, before I'm long gone, that I do actually get to see West Ham lift an FA Cup, a fucking European Cup, or whatever.
Yeah, let's hope so, mate. Let's hope so. Let's hope we all see that.
Fingers crossed.
That's why I wish them top six would have fucked off.
Yeah, I was hoping for it. I was really hoping for it.
We still would have finished fucking sixth.
It's the West Ham way. That's the thing, isn't it?
It's the West.
Yeah, but that's what brings us back every season, isn't it? That's what brings us back. Is because we're not the greatest club in the world. We know, well, in our eyes we are, but it's like your family, innit? We can sit here and slag off the manager, the players, this, that, and the other. But as soon as the rival fan says it, our backs go up.
Exactly.
You know, you fucking don't fucking slag off my club, you slag. You know what I mean? It's what it is. What it is. You know.
Yeah. It's our club to slag off.
Yeah. It's like family, innit? You can slate your own family. As soon as someone else says it, you fucking stick up for them. You know, it's just, yeah, it's great. And as I said, it's right that the next generation is, you know, it carries on for generations, and you never forget these heroes. No. And to be fair, West Ham never do they? Really, they always sort of
we always
look after heroes. And that is one thing I would say about the board, and I think we can all agree on this, that if Bobby Moore was still around now, Bobby Moore will be at every game as an ambassador for West Ham. Because we know...
They've done all right by our...
One thing we know about Sullivan is that when no one wanted to touch Bobby Moore and Bobby Moore was skint, Sullivan gave him a job and looked after him. So I think if Bobby Moore was around, he needs. And we all know that obviously West Ham jumped on Bobby Moore's name when he passed away, and that's the sad thing. They didn't want to know him when he was alive.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, they would.
Right, Matt Powell's after tips for a first date.
Don't fart until you're on a bowl.
Yeah, don't overshare. Keep
Right?
some cards close to your chest.
What's that?
He said any tips for a first date. I said don't fart until you're over the bowl.
Yeah. Whatever you do, don't give her your real phone number. And never go back to your real house. Always get an hotel somewhere.
Oh.
Don't do a Rodney and get dropped off outside someone else's house and leave your coat in the car.
Are you still got my Declan Rice shirt?
Yeah, mate, it's in my cupboard.
Yeah.
It's got all the memorabilia. Where's my Matty Everton shirt?
I thought I gave that to Nicky.
No, you fucking definitely didn't.
It's in the bag of stuff, isn't it? The bag of all of our stuff.
It's in my cupboard then.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, so you got it. Yeah, so Roy May Jr., $10. Cheers, Roy. Really appreciate y'all. And glad Ryan didn't walk off set WWE style. Best Fridays are with West Ham Fan TV, Friday Night Pints, and all the hammers in here I've met. Stay safe and have a great weekend. Come on, you Irons.
Cheers, Roy.
The thing is, like, we all have debates and we'll all have arguments. Like, me and Nicky are not going to fall out. You know, we're not going to fucking not stop fucking talking. You know what I mean? It's a heated debate. That's what happened. But in about 10 minutes' time, where we fucking sending people like stupid text messages to each other, and it's what happens. Like, I don't know, I never pull out with anyone, especially over fucking David Sullivan and David Gold and transfers. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's heat at the moment, and that's what makes the channel, because we all have opinions and we don't always agree, but in a way we do agree, if that makes sense, because we're all feel the same and think the same, but we don't always want to carry it on the same.
Exactly, mate. That's it. As I said, we're all passionate, and we're all passionate about the same thing.
Is that your missus in there, Nick? You just said don't ask Nicky for advice on first dates. There's a story. There's a story in there. I don't know if we've got time to tell it because we're at the end.
I think we should hold off on that one until next week.
Okay, I'll tell you at the live show.
I still think we should have kept the Gokhan talk for a little while longer. He could have come good once he lost his gun. I'll never forget that cunt. I remember when in the European game, he run down the wing, he put a good ball in the box. I went, that's it. He's arrived. He was shit.
That was.
I reckon he might be one of the worst I've ever seen. But I say that about everyone.
You say that about everyone.
I don't think I've ever seen worse than me do in a West Ham shirt.
Yeah, you are.
I've never seen a Premier League striker with a beer gut and shorts that were crammed up his arms. I've never forget that.
TT Kamara went some fucking way to go.
Well, at least he tried, TT. Fucking hell, man. TT Kamara. He was good at Liverpool, though, to be fair to him.
Yeah, he was. He did do great for Liverpool. They were just like the players that you go down and go drop into the lower leagues on a Sunday morning, and the mates who just turn up to have a kick about and then go down the pub. They just look like them type.
Yeah, but TT Kamara looked like one of them players, but he never paid his subs. He used to walk off.
Nicky, can you remember your first date? Yeah, I can remember. Yeah.
So it sounds like it was a bloody memorable one to remember.
No, to be fair, our first date, mine and Chloe's first date was when I lived with Sky. Actually, we met up. I can't remember what we done actually, but we done. I think she might come around over to watch a film. So we was watching a film, and I don't really say it. Should I say it? Because she's going to get a big head, maybe. But I think she was the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen, and it made me so nervous that I never spoke to her. And I just fucking never spoke to her. Then just dropped her straight home after, and I shit myself. And I remember going home thinking, "Oh fuck that! I fuck that now." And luckily she said, Yeah, we'll
let me out the boot.
Yeah, let me out the
boot. Yeah. That was. I'll tell you what. That must have been well awkward, though.
It was awkward. Yeah, it was awkward for her. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet she's thought I'll have some more of that.
Yeah, but it was one of them things where, when you're finished, and you just think, I proper fuck that. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think, like, what the fuck are you doing, and all of that sort of thing. But yeah, it was. Luckily, she agreed to meet me again. So there we go.
For that.
You know what, right? Someone just said that. I think it was Matt. I bet you was a proper gentleman in your first date. I think the first date with Jay, we went to a pub and just had a drink. The second date was the bollocks because we met at the Cow Pub in Westfield, and we had a few drinks. It weren't a few drinks because I was obviously driving and then I had to drop her home. But we was talking about West Ham and we drove past the Boleyn Ground. And we parked up and I thought, let's have a look around and see if we can get in. And the security guard let us in. We went on the pitch and I've still got the videos on my phone.
Yeah, I remember that.
We've still got the videos on my phone and they just filmed that film Final Score. So it was like all blown up in the corner. But we found a couple of balls in the net. So we were taking like fucking free kicks and penalties. And like a gentleman, I saved her penalty. And I ended up getting 5. I took 5 seats. They're in me loft now, because my dad dropped them off the other week. And that was our second date. So we broke into the Boleyn Ground. Well, no, we didn't break in. They let us in. I just said to the security guy, I said, "Oh, come on!" Like they're knocking it down like within the next couple of days. So literally, could have been one of the last ever people to score a penalty at Upton Park.
You should have took the goals.
No, it was all fucking like, it was weird because you walked up the tunnel and obviously the dugouts are there, but all the seats weren't the proper seats.
Yeah,
they were all seats that were screwed on for the film. They were still like bowling seats, but they weren't like the manager's chairs and things like that. And then in the corner, it was all sort of blown up and things like that. And it was weird because all the pitch was fucked. But it was mad because we walked in all the change rooms were it was horrible, really, to be thinking about it now. Fucking horrible second date. But no, the memories are good because we stopped off. I remember parking around the corner, walking over there. And I remember the security guard just going, 5 minutes. We was in there for about a good half hour, 45 minutes. And that should have been like where we had our first kiss, but I didn't. I just smashed the ball in the back of the net.
Oh, run away. Slid on his knees.
I've done one of them ones, where you shoot and because the pitch is like so wet, you sort of slip a little bit, and you got all fucking mud, but it's bowling grass. So I've still got a bit of the bowling grass. Here it goes. I found this the other day. I forgot I had it. Oh, remember them? No, I got it for Christmas a few years ago. You remember the bowling grass things?
Ah, yeah. I do remember that. Isn't that good how that stayed like that?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Found that the other day. It's preserved.
Right. Boys, I've got to love you and leave you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a move now because I'm fucking dying for a fucking piss and I'm hungry. I ain't even had no dinner. I fucking rushed home tonight. So I'm gonna go have a quick shower, have something to eat, and watch Gogglebox. But I think before we go, we'll play a nice little video to get everyone in the mood. So say your goodbyes now, boys, if you want.
All right. Well, are we going to do the outro?
Go on, Dan, you do the outro, Dan. Go on.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, joining us live, everyone, for all of your comments and the super chats and all of that stuff. It's been a good, lively one. I've enjoyed it, and I'm sure the boys have. So look out for more videos that are going to be coming out. I'm sure, hopefully, Nicky will be doing a very happy morning after the night before or whatever it was called for the England game. And all of the other stuff coming out. Subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and one thing left to say. Come on, you irons.
Come on, you irons. Come on.